Morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you are in the world. We're back with another Match Day Live. Newcastle United set to face Brighton at home for the FA Cup, and we got some surprises in the lineup. Some fixes to unwarranted mistakes, but at least fixes nonetheless on this lineup. Good lineup. It will give us something to talk about anyway. Joe Linton is back, which is good. But before that, don't forget hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Become a member if you can. Don't forget that today we got the instant match reaction, and right after we'll do a player scores for the members of NTTV Plus. So become a member or gift memberships away if you already have one. You can do that as well. So to grow the community. But we got a long one today. Gary's here, of course. Mighty Winners in the stadium. Good morning, man. How you doing?
Very good. Well, it's a surprise, isn't it? I mean, when you look at the side, Trippier coming in, Hall dropping out. I'm not sure, if I'm honest with you, about that. Uh, I like Trippier in the side, but do I like Livramento at left back? And is this, Eddie Howe again? Trust issues with Target. Um, I'm glad not to be seeing a left centre back playing at left back. We've all seen the speed. Or is this a concern, as in the opposition? Is it more the fact that with what Lewis Hall's workload he's gone through over the last couple of games, he was really put to task, and he did really well for me against Liverpool. But is this Eddie Howe just managing minutes now? And trying to protect the lads going forward. We all know the quality in the squad is there, but it's not in depth. So it's a case of now, is Eddie Howe just... I mean, you look at the midfield, we've got two new faces. Bruno's been dropped, which is something that we questioned again against Liverpool. He looks mentally drained. And I think, this is what was required. It's great to see J7 back. But I'll let you go through the team one by one. Not to spoil too much.
No, yeah. The interesting changes tonight. The Livermore Trippier thing. They are started. No Hole. I don't think Lewis Hall is injured at all. It's just about managing minutes, like you said. But not trusting Kraft. It's it just tells you that he's not a priority at all on the bench. It needs to be moved on quickly on a high salary as well. I mean, there's no point of him being there. But the man of the hour is J7 because he's coming back on the lineup, as you see right there. Dubravka back at goal, which is the main thing for us today. There's two things. Kind of spoke about it before we started the match. Either Dubravka is just a cup goalkeeper, or Eddie Howe realized he made a huge mistake, and he's going to put him back in the starting lineup in the starting role. It could be either two at the moment. We'll have to see against West Ham all the way until literally 7 days from now. It's 8 days next Monday. So we'll have to see. But important match nonetheless. Though you're playing Brighton, they beat us at St James's Park, so it won't be new. You have to put somewhat of a strong lineup against them, or else they're not Birmingham or Bromley. So you got to put somewhat of a strong lineup against them. So Dubravka, what do you make of Dubravka starting back for Newcastle?
Listen, like I said, there's not a cigarette paper in my eyes. There's not a cigarette paper between the two of them. What I found with Pope coming back into the side was, I'm not sure whether he was mentally focused on the role. He looked like positioning. He was a little bit flat-footed, and again, it's about getting the match sharpness back in any footballer. The biggest problem for me is when you've got a goalkeeper coming in, he has to earn that shirt. And I don't think Pope, you've got to give the lad a chance. And I'm not disputing that for 1 second. Dubravka's done well. And I mean, there's going to be lots of people that will criticise what I say about the amount of goals that have gone past us. But I don't just blame Dubravka on that. I think there's been elements of our defensive play that have been very weak at times. And we saw, exactly that against Liverpool. And the goals that we conceded against Forest, I think a couple of those goals may not have been a gimme if we'd have defended better. And I think we've just allowed teams to score against us rather than compete in every vein. So for me, it's a case of every keeper has a chance, but you've got to earn that shirt. And I just don't think Popey's are enough for me to keep that shirt. Now, we said exactly what you've just said there at the start of the show. Is Popey and Dubravka now going to have roles within the team? Dubravka come in for the cup games and Popey stay out for the league games. Now, if that's the case, I think that is a very immature attitude to go by. You've got to put your best foot forward. And to me, whoever performs on the day should retain the shirt.
Yep. Let us quickly take a look at Brighton, though, now that their team news have been are public. Let me refresh here, though, because SofaScore sometimes are not accurate. So
Exactly.
Just to take a look quickly here on the official one, and then gauge from there on SofaScore to see where they're at on the pitch. You got Henshaw, you got Verbruggen, Lemty, Webster captain, Joao Pedro, Jorginho, Minte, Yankuba Minte starting. Last time around, Minte was not a starter, nor was he even available to play at St. James's Park, so that's a good one. Baliba back on as well. Mitoma started this game. Mitoma had a few opportunities against us the first game around. He was a sub, so very much a dangerous player. Mitoma, Venheka, Estupinian, and then Hinshelwood at the end. Their subs: McGill, March, Gruda, Adingra, Cashin, Welbeck, the legendary Welbeck, and Gomez, Ayari, and Bifa, or Weefer, whatever you want to call it. So let us see where they're positioned, and that is Brighton's lineup right there. I do like Baliba. Estupinian is very good on the left side as well. I mean, Ecuadorian, or is it this the Colombian guy? Either Ecuadorian or Colombian, one of the two. But there's two. One is Ecuadorian though.
Yeah, I think he is the Ecuadorian, isn't he?
Yeah, could be. All right. Well, Mitoma on the left is going to put in a lot of pressure on our right back, and we're going to get into Newcastle, but I think that's where Livramento is staying, according to SofaScore. We don't know yet, and obviously until kickoff. But Minte on the right side, that would be so. Minte and Mitoma is going to be the issues for me, and obviously Joao Pedro up there. He's going to do his thing, but yeah, what do we fear on Brighton's end?
Exactly what you've said. I mean, I like their setup. I like the way he plays. I mean, he's a fresh young manager. He reminds me very much of Eddie Howe in the early days, where he just brought something new to Bournemouth when obviously he started managerial position at Bournemouth in the lower leagues. And what you've got from Ursula is very much the same. He's brought something new. He's obviously come into a Brighton side that isn't filled with superstars, as you can say, but what they've done is they've handpicked some absolute gems. And, again, Brighton have a very similar type of situation to Newcastle at times. You just don't know what Brighton are going to turn up. And I think, that this is Ursula trying to knit together a perfect side. And I think, like I said, you look up top, I think up top they have a very strong lineup. I think, for me, you're absolutely right. I think you have to be careful down the width. And that's why I said, for me, you're gambling with Tino and Trips. And maybe it's just that experience that they want. But I think what we're going to lose today is the attacking emphasis of Louis Saul down that left-hand side when he links up with the players down in that left. And maybe, again, this is what I keep saying about Eddie Howe, just having that tactical difference where he's looking at a different style of play today with what we've got. And again, their attacking lineup. But for me, I always say their weakness, as in Brighton's weakness for me, has always been they can concede goals. We've seen the likes of Nottingham Forest stick 7 past them on a bad day, and that's where I said I like Baliba, as you said, but I'm surprised that Gomez isn't in the side. I think Gomez in that midfield offers them something more. So it is going to be a different look at these. But again, not only can they concede goals, but they can score goals. So for me, this could be one of those FA Cups that's really edge of your seat stuff. And it could be like a boxing match where it goes toe to toe and who obviously defends best and who takes the chances for me.
Yeah, yeah, I'd agree. So, kind of knowing that Mitoma Minte could be the most dangerous players, now you're looking at our lineup as how they are forming. And this is Livramento on the right, Trippier on the left. There's no way that they know what position they're going to play other than seeing them on the pitch. So we don't know yet. It could be either, to be fair. I mean, I don't know. I've seen Livramento play on the left, so whatever.
Yeah,
Anyhow,
usually when Trippier comes in, he'll throw Livramento over onto the left-hand side.
yeah.
And again, maybe the fact that it's more pace with pace. We know Mitoma is a very balanced young lad. And what you get with Trippier is the fact that he'll stick with him and hopefully get his foot in there, where in the past, Tino has been lacking that. And I think what you need to do with Mitoma to start with is let him know that you're with him. So I do think that's the idea. I just feel we lose that attacking influence with Livramento. I know he gets up there, but he just hasn't got the tactical or the technique the same as Lewis Hall is when he's in the final third.
Oh, we got a breaking news. We got breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Craig Hope said right now that Lewis Hall has suffered an ankle injury against Liverpool and will see a specialist. Oh, that's not good.
Ooh.
That is not good at all. Those ankles. I mean, you got literally 15 days to get better. He won't play against West Ham. I guarantee you that.
No.
Man, that is not good at all. For the final, you have to have Trippier, the best left back in the Premier League right now. But according
Hall,
to Craig
you mean,
Hope,
not Trippier.
Lewis Hall. Sorry. Lewis Hall right now has suffered, according to Craig Hope, an ankle injury. And these things, though, I wish the club would communicate these things beforehand. I mean, it's just kind of weird.
Exactly.
How it works a week later. But yes, ladies and gents, that is the biggest worry now ahead of the final, knowing that Joe Linton is back. Well, I'm assuming Isak is going to be okay, hopefully. Well, he's playing, so now Lewis Hall switches places. And now Botman as well. That's another one. Sven Botman, of course, not knowing when he's going to be back. But you assume that he's on his way back. But Lewis Hall, man, that would be a gut-wrenching, miss.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess you got Livramento Trippier, but
yeah, I mean, it's like I said, you've got Target on the bench, which is what you would expect, like for like. But for me, it's a case of Target. Obviously, he's slipping further and further behind. And again, we talk about match sharpness. Target's missed so much of this season because of injuries and a condition with his skin. So, again, I know Eddie will say that these games are really important, and he wants to put his strongest side out there. But like I say, now we've looked at this could potentially be a few weeks out for Lewis Hall, depending on what the injury is on his ankle. Like I say, your ankles take so much of a knocks and twists and everything else. It's fine tooth machinery within your ankle joint and your feet. So these things don't heal overnight. We know that. And like I say, until we know what it is, then we are just keeping our fingers crossed that we get sorted sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Thank you, Ian Flynn, for renewing your membership. Appreciate that. And we got a lot of comments, so keep your comments coming. We're gonna get to them soon. And so that is the breaking news there. But continuing with the lineup, we will see defensively if Livramento and Trippier are up to par. I mean, this is a good test against Mitoma and Minte, so I don't think, at this point, I don't know that Trippier's going to have to be really smart because he can't keep up with Mitoma or Minte. So he's going to have to stay a couple steps back, depending on how we're playing at the moment. So
yeah, I mean, I agree with you, but like I said, I also look at the way we utilise both Trips and Livramento in the past. Like I say, not so much on the left hand side. If Tino does go out there, I can see it being more Tino than Trippier, only because of the pace and the trickiness of Minte. But what this does give us, I mean, we know that Minte, having watched Minte at Brighton now for a while this season, just to see how he's getting on. yes, he is a player that is very tricky, and I'm sure he'll come with the mindset to try and put one over. Obviously, Newcastle that didn't play him and sold him on, because that's what players do. They always want to come and impress against their former teams.
Yeah.
But for me, what I don't see in Minte, which we could utilise, is his defensive work. He's another player like Willock, if you like, for us, where he likes to run forward but doesn't have the necessary means to track back. Now, whether he has that or brings that into his game today because of he's playing against his home club, I don't know. But for me, that's a weakness for them. And if we can overload Lamptey with Gordon, and obviously J7 and Tonali drop deep, you might get Miley moving into the hollow to support. And again, we've lost Bruno, and the importance is we've got two new boys in the middle of the park with J7 and Miley. So it's who goes forward and supports. Because the one thing I've noticed recently is when Gordon comes inside to form that relationship up with Isak, Harvey Barnes, he can have a massive contribution to this game because we know he can use his left foot. But we've got to start seeing that midfield move up a little bit and supply and fill the void in between the half spaces between their midfield and defence. If we stay static, which is what sometimes happens with J7 and Miley in there, because now, apart from Tonali, we haven't got the quickest recovery in midfield. We didn't have with Bruno, to be fair, and we didn't really have a defensive thought with Willock. But we've also got a problem going forward if we're trying to fill the half spaces. There's no pace in that midfield apart from Tonali. So if Tonali goes forward on a run, who fills in the space behind? Because the one thing we can't afford to do is give the likes of Rutter freedom in that 10 slot, because he will do a lot of damage.
Fabian Scher, Dan Burn starting, so no Kraft. I mean, I wasn't expecting him. I wasn't expecting Kraft, but it is what it is. Fabian Scher is going to start it against Dan Burn with Dan Burn. Midfield, you got Tonali, of course, in the centered. Joe Linton back into the lineup on the left side. And Lewis Miley starting his second game in a row instead of Bruno Guimaraes. I don't know. I mean, hopefully we don't get another, ding about Bruno being injured, but might be just due to resting, I'm assuming. That's the only reason. Unless I don't think that he is not playing him because of performance, which to be fair, he hasn't been performing. But I don't see that unless I don't see it. I think it must be rest. He was questioning in the press conference whether he needs to rest Bruno because he's played a lot of games. And
to be fair, for me, Miley doesn't give us, he doesn't give us any speed. I know that, but he doesn't also make us weaker than what Bruno. He may be a little bit less in the challenge, but what he doesn't do, he's not one of these guys that goes to ground easy. He'll stay on his feet. He'll hustle, and he'll deliver the ball. So, for me, we have got an ideal replacement in Miley for Bruno. And like I say, for me, this is probably the perfect time, if there is a perfect time, to give Bruno a break from the team anyway. Because like I say, over the last two performances, he hasn't been at the races whatsoever. So he needs to come out the side. And like I say, there's never a game that's a give me these days. And I'm not saying Brighton will be a team that will just give us the results. We're going to have to work. All of the lads on the park, even the likes of Barnes. What I want to see though, Chris, what was interesting to me against Liverpool the week on Wednesday was how we gambled with leaving two players up top. We didn't have everybody running in to make a 4-5-1 and this low block. They gambled with Willock to stay out on the left-hand side, Gordon through the middle to keep in touch with Wilson. And it allowed us then to push the ball, to progress the ball forward quicker. And I saw it in the chat before, absolutely right, V for Vendetta, when he was saying, every time we get the ball, it slows the game down because we haven't got that thought process, that mindset to get the ball quickly into feet. And like I say, when we isolate Isak, one, you don't get the best out of Isak. And two, by the time the ball gets up to them, they're usually out crowded. There's 3 or 4 players on them. They lose the ball. and then we all point the finger that he's no good on his own up there. He ain't strong enough. Sometimes you just need that support to either divert bodies away from you, or to support you in the pass, so you can spin in behind. And I want to see more of what happened at Liverpool, even though we didn't get the result. I thought there was a couple of positives from what Eddie Howe tried to do that game, and it wasn't without having chances. We just unfortunately didn't execute them very well.
Yeah, apologies there. I said Damali started second game in a row. He started against Forest, Liverpool. He missed out, but obviously he came on as a sub. So
I know what you meant.
Yeah, exactly. So, but he's been definitely more involved now than he's ever been with the club, which is good. Which is with the team, which is good. All right. So and then so that's the midfield. We'll see what happens and what comes about Bruno up front. Isak, Gordon on the left, and something that you said before on the preview. Harvey Barnes given the opportunity to start over Murphy, who has been having a great season as far as numbers is concerned, although still leaves a sour taste after every match for some reason. But Barnes getting an opportunity on the right.
Yeah, again, ideal opportunity for somebody to come in. And I go and say, what Murphy gives you is, yes, he gives you numbers, goals for and sometimes, unfortunately, goals against with a stray pass. I can't argue the point that he's not involved in the game week after week after week. But again, it's about giving players a chance to come and grab the shirt. Now, we know Harvey Barnes' his favoured position. He's out on that left-hand side. But again, like I've said, I've seen Harvey Barnes play across all three. He has got to have the mentality, the attitude to take, Estupiñán on a little bit of a journey, bring him inside to allow Trippier, if he's walking down the line. I'm hoping he's not walking, but you know what I mean. If he's getting down the line to do some overlaps. We've had some real great movement in the past with Trippier, and obviously it was Longstaff back then with who Miggy Almiron. And you can't say to me any of them are world beaters, but because they can play these lovely little triangles in and around players, there's opportunity here for Harvey Barnes to actually come in, make a name for himself, and probably, play in the final. Because, like I say, this is what everybody's playing for now. And if you can't say to me that gives you motivation to go out there and play, I don't know what will.
Right. Welcome, Paul, Unwin, and I'm glad Bruno's on the benches, Paul. We got a lot of people commenting, so we're going to get into your comments next, coming up. Toby Dawson has a question, though. Is Isak slightly injured? Well, I wouldn't think so. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's coming back from an injury. That's kind of like being somewhat slightly injured, to be fair, because if there's a big chance you can tear it up again, or I don't know what was the issue.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a tear, and the ultrasound is like a sonocyte, which looks through the layers of the tissues. You usually get some type of pooling under the rib of blood, and sometimes that's what gives you that stiffness and pain and discomfort. So obviously all the fibres are intact along the groin. Maybe it was just the fact that it was a bit of an ache that he felt in his groin area. And they just precautionary just left him out. He would have had all the scans, and if all the scans come back as there's no ripped tissues or no ripped fibres, then I see no reason for him to play.
All right. So Win wants the link. I don't know. Hopefully he's not pissed and bringing his pissed friends. So there's the link. Win. And one more question. I think Connor had a question here.
Same thing, I think.
Are you worried Russian Isak? With the final around the corner.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that you can't not play him.
Exactly.
At all until the final. That it's a big if. But if you don't play him at all, then he's not going to be in game ready. I mean, that's just how quick things go in this. Thing.
You've got to keep that mentality as well. And he's on such a purple patch at the minute in front of goal when he gets the support, that is. And you saw the difference when we played Liverpool with Wilson. He gets the opportunities, and when you're not hitting the target on two good opportunities, then it's a worry. And like I say, the likes of Brighton, again, we lost to them in the Premier League at home 1-0 because we couldn't finish on the day. And today's, like I say, it's another. It could be another repeat of that if we don't actually take our chances, or at least work the keeper. And I think, you know, we have been guilty in the past of not working the opposition keeper enough. In my eyes, we try and play or make that perfect goal, and sometimes it just needs, you know, somebody hitting the ball from afar, just to try and get something off that second ball if it's saved.
Yeah. We got Win there. Win, what's happening, mate? Uh, come on, man.
He's outside Aspers. He's not going to get much of a signal, I wouldn't have thought. Are you there, Win?
Which actually on that little.
Oh, can you hear me?
Oh,
Not anymore. I think his yeah, he's walking up the tune. I think. Yeah, there we go. Win.
There you go.
What's happening? You need a couple of skin smoothing creams, man. You got too many creases on your face.
I don't
Win.
think he can hear us.
What do you? Why did you join for, man? Just to like show us a walk around? What's wrong with you, man? This guy, man, he doesn't say anything. He joins and he just starts walking. Like, what's wrong with you, man? But anyways, we'll see what happens there. Welcome to Tune on Tour. Let's go with some comments here from the fans as they are having their opinion. Oh, here's Win again, man. Win, what's wrong with you?
I can't hear you.
Okay.
If you can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, I can't hear you. Anyway, he never ceases to surprise, does he, already? Never ceases to surprise. Over the moon that Dubravka's back in. Very happy that Trips is playing. And then he goes and puts Livramento in for, he drops Lewis Hall and Murphy. You know, there's a lot of good reasons for doing it, you know. Lewis Hall probably needs a rest. Does he need a rest at his age? I don't know.
Hey, Lewis Hall is hurt. But, he's hurt. He's hurt. Lewis Hall is hurt.
Can you hear me still?
Yes. Lewis Hall is hurt.
Right, but I mean, it's weird. It's weird. You know, the proof of the pudding, as usual, will be in the eating. I've got to get there. I'll not get in time. But, Uncle in, all right. Okay. I didn't know that. Well, that's fine. That's okay. Good reason. And then, of course, he's given Murphy a rest. And, well, if Barnes cannot grab his chance here, then probably he's not going to make it with us, I don't think. This is a golden opportunity for Harvey Barnes to shine. He's got Isaac there with him, which is fantastic news, of course. Yeah. Let's just hope. Fingers crossed, boys. Fingers crossed. And I'll speak to you after the match.
Right. See ya.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Good luck, lads. Away the lads.
Away the lads. There it is. Mighty Win there. All right, so let's go with some comments quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 15 minutes before kickoff. So let me see. Aaron King says, I don't agree with playing both Trips and Tino. May as well just throw Target in. A lot of people are having that thing, you know, that same sentiment. David Beach says, good to see Miley given a chance. Boy can be a superstar. Rugby. Joe Linton in the side makes the side more versatile in terms of system. Vendetta says, hope everyone is good. Results and performances have been awful lately. What's people's thoughts on this? David Veach again. Barnes need to prove he is worth his place in the team today. No more excuses. I could agree with that, yeah. Tiger says, we are knackered.
We are knackered.
David Beach got it for Hall. Yeah, that's right. Tiger, how can Howe say Botman is closer than J7 and he's not on the bench at all and J7 starts? Well, there you go. Vendetta says, our biggest problem as a team is we are unable to control the games without slowing the game down. We are complacency FC when showing it down. Keeping the ball should not mean slowing the game down, says Vendetta. Helsazar, no hole. We are knackered. There you go. A lot of people have the same sentiments on hole, man. Every match becomes life or death due to our awful management of games. I'm still so angry about the Forest match. There it is. Twin Tim says, Target is a good player in our best replacement for Hall. If Hall is out for a few weeks, months, then Target should be given a run at left back. I don't understand why he isn't used. Alessandro Minetti looking for a win today. Losing is not an option. That's the mentality. Boki says Bruno will come on for Tonali at halftime. Or at halftime, or being well in the game. Bruno will come on. Well, it could be. It could be. Could be. Waldo says maybe he could have went 3 at the back to allow players to play in their right positions. Right positions. I mean, you know, Trippier or Lewis Hall at some point, one of them was going to have to be on the left anyway. So they're not. Whoever's best at it, I guess, could is going to have to play there. We don't know yet, but Trippier looks like he might be there. Toby Dawson says we talked about that one. Isak Waldo, maybe he could have went. Oh, we read that one as well. I don't know why they keep appearing. Tobias Matson, there we go. Thoughts on letting Bruno go in the summer, having Miley as a replacement? I love Bruno, but if we're going to lose a big player, I feel he's most likely the one. I would agree that he's most likely the one if you have to pick one, but I still don't. No, I still wouldn't. My rule is pretty much the same as it was. I mean, if we have to sell players, I wouldn't. I would just rather keep the same lineup. Same, keep the stars. Try to sell whoever is around. I mean, it could be the Target or I don't know. But I would definitely keep the ones we got already. That's my opinion, at least. I don't know. But I mean, I guess if one has to go, it could be Bruno. It would be Bruno, in my opinion. I mean, you can't get rid of Gordon now, or unless he wants to go to Liverpool. Liverpool wants to pay that money or whatever. It could be as well. Paul says, I'm glad Bruno's on the bench. There we go. So keep your comments coming, ladies and gents. Keep them coming. I don't know why my mic wants to go robotic. I can feel it. Yeah, it's my second soundboard in a row already, and it makes me want to, have the robot voice. Yes, we are here. Yeah. But well, interesting.
There's going to be some interesting matchup, I think, today. I also think, what this gives us as well. You're talking about going 3 at the back, playing Trippier at right back should allow. Again, this is why I think there may be something tactical up Eddie's sleeve. Knowing Minter doesn't like to track back, are we going to utilise the likes of Tino to push onto the halfway line and beyond to try and overload their right back situation? Unfortunately, we've got 2 right footers, so it's going to be in swingers if there's a cross comes into the box, which is always going to favour the goalkeeper rather than playing away from him, which is what Lewis Hall gives us. So, I mean, there's a number of questions, but for me, if Tino decides to have a run and we get their opportunity, what Trips can do is slide into that right centre back, and it allows us then to play that low 3 in the midfield for any breaks or any balls that are cleared over the top. Because, like I say, they have got a strong midfield, but they haven't got the strongest midfield, and that's what I keep saying. Rutter's good technically, but he's not great when he gets involved in challenges and stuff like that. And that's the same with Hinselwood. And Baliba's a strong player, but I find there's a lot of weakness in this midfield, and I think if we can dominate that area by bringing the likes of Gordon into there, like he has done in the past, to overload that area, I think we could have a good reward from that.
Yeah. All right, then we're getting images now. Alexander Isak is running around, getting ready, getting warmed up with his. Are they selling those
training tops?
Training tops.
Yeah.
Are they selling those? Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the. Yeah, they're just the Adidas ones. Yeah, the black.
But they call. I mean, I've never seen them, but anyway. Harry Barnes getting ready as well. Fabian Scher. 22 minutes before kickoff, ladies and gents. Let me know your predictions in the chat. Keep the comments going.
Just going to go on to the Botman question.
Yeah.
What you were saying before. I in actual fact, I can understand the likes of J7, even though, when you said Botman was closer to come through. What you've got to understand is Botman's still in that recovery period, if you like, even though I know it's been repaired, of his left ACL. This injury is on the right-hand side, but what you do get, and it's a subconscious thing, when you've got an injury and a repair, you concentrate your weight on the opposite leg. So for me, I can understand the delay more with Botman because of that ACL injury last year, and it's still obviously on that, I'm going to say repair, but it's still going to be weaker than his right leg. So if all his weight is now constantly going through his left because he's carrying his right knee, then I can understand there being a bit more of a delay.
Mm-hmm. Robbie there was saying not too interesting here. Let me see. It's just stop advocating for Bruno to leave, please. I'm sick of it. He is our leader and skipper, huge part of the dressing room. And let me tell you this: we're not advocating nobody to leave. We talk on what's possible and what it's rumored. And what was certainly he was rumored to leave last summer, and you know, in talking about hypotheticals, it could be. There's nothing wrong. I mean, we don't determine whether he leaves or not, so it's not our fault. And I will challenge you on he is our leader and skipper. He hasn't shown that yet. Like I said, you know, yelling at the ground and getting them to get up, you know, that's not being
that's
a leader.
not a leader.
That's not a leader.
That's a cheerleader. That's a
So,
cheerleader. Give him some pom-poms if he wants to do that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He's still lacking in my eyes as a captain. And I saw it when I was up there against the Forest game. The one player, when he came on the field of play, that seemed to just try and calm everything down was Tonali. Tonali come straight up to the guys, up to Popey, and said, listen, hold on to the ball. Do not go quick. Just relax. And, you know, before that, you know, we were 4-2 up at that point, and it was a case of he was trying to roll out to get the ball going down that left-hand side. And to a degree, it worked. But there's going to be a time where you just need somebody to come on and just be sensible.
Exactly.
Stop playing. Relax.
Calm the waters down, man. Like, you know, there was but like I said, you know, it's not. Bruno is a really good player. So, and as I said before, I read your comment, I would not be willing to sell Bruno or anybody if that's the you know what we need to do in order to get players. I wouldn't. You know, this. I've always in my entire life as a Toon fan, I've always heard we got to sell them so we can get good players, and we never have. All we did is sell players. You know, the likes of Carroll, the likes of Wijnaldum, the likes of there's many along that list. So I don't want to go down that road. How about let's buy them, buy the good ones, and then sell once we you know once we got the replacements for them. So, but like I said, I wouldn't be. I'm not in favor of selling Bruno, but to say that he is our leader, I don't know about all that. I've actually think Tonali has shown more leadership than, as you said, that than Bruno. I mean, I watched the game where we scored literally, and Tonali was not celebrating. He immediately turns around and tells Byrne, "Stay back, stay back." You know what I mean? That is a leader with cold blood, not getting in the high of the goal, the celebration, and all that, but being smart, a leader, and understanding that not 11 players have to go and celebrate, man. Just stay back, relax. You know, and some people might say that's what the hell does that mean? I mean, it doesn't make or break anything. Well, it does to certain men. I mean, I don't know if you ever heard of Bilardo, Argentinian manager in the '86 World Cup. He had a rule and said only 3 or 4 players that are up there can celebrate. The rest, you don't need to celebrate. Hug each other back here. Stay back there. Stay where you need to be. Because once the ball kicks the play starts again, you guys need to be in the exact position you need to be at. So this is the minor things that people might not pay attention to, but it could be very valuable. We're looking at some of the highlights of Brighton. They are not, you know, they are a pretty good team, so we got to be careful what happens with them. They in the first go around at St. James's Park. I don't buy this mighty win story that we deserve to win and we just didn't finish our dinner. Brighton had a lot of opportunities, and they beat us. So, you know, we can't underestimate them whatsoever. I think they only won 1-0, if I'm not mistaken, but they created a lot more than just that. And when Mitoma came on in the second half, I was like, oh my God. Immediately he had a chance, an opportunity. So, yeah. We seem to struggle versus Brighton, says Tony T. It does seem that way, but I don't know why, but it is certainly, it seems that way. We might get Eddie Howe's comments here in just a second, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, you know,
Well, you see, I mean, I was having a look at the Brighton match that you were just been alluding to there. Our expected goal, I mean, the ball possession was 60-40 to us. We should have been, the XG was 2 to their 1. Both teams had 4 big chances. We had 21 shots to their 10. And I think that's where win was coming to. You know, we had nearly double the amount of passes that they had. Everything literally was in our favour, and I think that's what Win was alluding to. And I must admit, I say agree to, but again, this is why I said about our defensive lack. When we don't score goals, what we can't afford to do is switch off in other areas. And I think sometimes what we can do is commit bodies forward a little bit too gung-ho at times because we're having such possession of the game. We're creating lots of chances. So what you end up doing then is gambling a little bit more and taking your foot off the defensive mindset. And again, it was just a clearance, that they got on the end to. I mean, again, we look at the Willock, not Willock, the Welbeck and Tino. There was no challenge really. It was easily went to ground, knocked off balance. So yeah, I can understand what Wim was saying because, like I say, on paper we did outgun them. We just couldn't obviously get the goal when we needed to. But again, that's not an excuse. It's you're quite right in saying they had 4 big chances. We had 4 big chances. They netted 1. We didn't.
Mm. Yeah. And so let me see. That's why UCL is crucial, says rugby. I'm not sure what that was about, but it is certainly crucial. I agree with you on that. So Welbeck on the screen just popped into my head. Well, Welbeck did score, didn't he? Did he score? Yeah, he did score that one. The only goal. Old Welbeck, but he's not playing tonight. Well, I mean, at least not starting. So, yep. That is that. Let me see, Aaron. People needs to understand we aren't a selling club anymore. Well, that's fine, but that's determined in actions and not just saying it. I mean, I agree with you that we're not selling like we did before, obviously, but I think Isak would have been sold already. I think Isak would have been sold this summer already, man. Under Ashley.
I think the thing we've got to be careful of, again, we can't not look at players just being with the club because of what they've done historically, and we've been guilty of that far too much in my eyes, and we've probably got rid of potentially a lot of players far too soon as well. So for me, it was a case of how do we get the best out of the situation. Bruno's 28 now. He's right at the end of his peak time as a footballer. He's probably only going to get, not worse, but he's going to get a little bit slower. The game's going to go away from him slowly, more than it's going to come to him now at this age. So for me, if he's the right man now to leave, I'm sure there's an opportunity going forward for us to exploit and bring fresher players in that can do a similar job, if not better.
So what do we got here?
Just going on the screen with what you've got now. All I want to look at here is obviously I've highlighted all the Brighton players, and I think the big one for me, the big matchup today is Rutter. Like I say, he doesn't like to come into the middle of the park, the area of the park. He likes to stay more in that 10 forward role. So again, I think your defensive work is going to come from Minte and Matoma having to drop into the half space to try and compete with Belieber and Hinchelwood. Biggest concern for me is what Tonali does today. If he goes man to man, or we go man to man at the back, bringing one forward the likes of Fabian Schär. What Rutter has to do, in my opinion, is move players out of the way for other players to exploit the likes of the wide boys. So again, we have to be switched on by his movement, because he has a habit of coming into the game from a deep role without being marked, and he's caused a lot of teams in the past a lot of problems. Like I say, he's not a clinical finisher, but he can at least support the forward line. And like I say, we know what João Pedro brings them. We were linked to him. And a player I really like, to be fair. Took a while for him to settle at Brighton, but seems to be on that curve now where he's just getting better and better. But that to me is the pinnacle. It's who picks Rutter up in this 10 slots and how we go forward from there.
All right, that is the tactical insight on this game. I really would like to see. I wonder what would happen if for some reason Trippier goes on their left, or I'm sorry, on the right, and Livramento on the left. I think it would be about the same result anyway. But who is the most the quickest and most dangerous because of speed? In my opinion, probably would be Minte. His end product is the issue, but not his quickness or getting to that point. So Trippier against him, I don't know. I still have my doubts on that. I think Livramento is quick enough to. I think both share the same attributes. Their end game product is not good, but their quickness is. So woo, Queen of Hearts, my goodness gracious, what a superstar with 10 gifted memberships. My goodness, man. And appreciate you, Queenie. What a superstar. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And they have gone to, my goodness, let's take a look at who the memberships has gone to. And they're all NTTV Plus members, by the way. So you will get to enjoy the player scores today after the match reaction. And they have gone to NDG. They have gone to Sophie B. There you go. Sophie got an NTTV Plus membership. New one with 5 extra shows. To a coin of phrase, got one. Mason, is that Mason? Oh no, that might be a different Mason actually. I don't think that's him in the picture. That's going to Carlo Hines, Stephen Fawcett, more people. Stephen Howe, Joe Robinson, and the Mighty Win official fan account. Which that's a waste because that was a mighty. That's like Beer Riken's extra account, which I actually haven't seen Beer Riken as of late. I don't know what's happening with him. Hopefully he's doing well. I haven't seen him, but I'm assuming that's Beer Riken's account, or it might be Mighty Win's secret account. You're muted, by the way, mate. And so thank you so much to the Queen of Hearts for that kind membership gifting. Thank you. So, just to recap then, the lineups, ladies and gents, for both teams. For Newcastle United, well, actually, we'd like to use. Lineup for Brighton. You got Verbruggen, Lamptey, Webster, Captain, João Pedro, Jorginho, Minte, Baliba, Mitoma, Venheka, Stupinian, and Hinchelwood. For Newcastle United, you got the 11 with Joe Linton back in the starting 11. Dubravka at goal. Back, actually, Dubravka, after, I don't know what happens. A couple of game vacation, but he's back. Trippier, captain for tonight. Fabian Schär, Tonali, Gordon, Barnes, Isak, Livramento, Byrne, and Lewis Miley, the young lad, back in the lineup. So, by the way, substitutes for Newcastle: Nick Pope, Wilson, who I'm assuming you might see today. Might see Wilson. Target, Kraft, Osula, Murphy, Willock, Longstaff, and Bruno Guimaraes. So there we go. We're ready for it, man. We are ready. Please smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I hope that this is another win. I mean, it has to be a win. It has to be a win, or else we are knackered.
Well, it's gonna be an interesting one. Like I say, you know, are we a cup side this season more than a top 4 Premier League side? Well, yes, we are, because obviously we just haven't got the depth of squad and to continue the quality that we need to progress into those top 4 positions. So for me, this will show you what the cup games mean to the players, because like I say, there's individuals that have come into the side now that need to hold on to that slot. There's players in that first 11 that aren't playing great. So like has been previously mentioned in the chat, this is an absolutely amazing opportunity for the likes of Harvey Barnes, Miley, and other players to really stake a claim going forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also, like you said, we'll see what Harvey Barnes can do. He's definitely got to get up and show something tonight. And look, man, who knows? I mean, it's if he does extremely well, and it helps the team, he could be the right wing for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
Because as much people just get fixated on goals and assists, which is it is important. But if you watch Murphy, it almost feels like he is scoring an assist because of the system that allows him to sometimes, especially scoring with Isak being able to dribble the ball, etc. Not being your typical center forward. And then, so I think that's what's benefited Murphy. Which at the end of the day, he's got the goals, he's got the assists, so there's no denying that as far as on paper is concerned. But still, in my opinion, always is lacking something. So I think that if Barnes comes on and starts doing something, he might get an opportunity to start starting more games.
Yeah, I think for me, Barnes is a frustrating player, and I could understand, when he was at Leicester, there was lots of, chat saying he was an elite player, and then there would be games where I watched him again. One of my best friends at the time, he unfortunately he's passed now, but he was an avid Foxes fan, and I used to go to the games with him a couple of times when I couldn't get up to the northeast. And there was always that element of times where you just look at him and you think to yourself, you have got such a talented wand of a foot. For me, Harvey Barnes, like Anthony Gordon, sometimes can be a little bit headstrong, a little bit questionable in his want to play football. And I think, like I say, even if the coach changes your position and asks you to play out of position, you've still got to be involved. And like I said, I can't understand for me, and I don't know what it is about Harvey Barnes, but he doesn't look the same player coming off the bench than he does when he starts a game. And again, I don't know whether that's because the opposition have got tired legs and he's able to compete at a higher level. Because when he starts games, to me, he's stood up too many times. He's not got the pace to beat a player with the ball knock on and him to run round. He hasn't got that type of electric pace. So what he has to do, he has to use a passing lane to give and go, or he has to use his skill. Now, I have seen far too many times this season where an average fullback winger has stood him up and he's lost the ball, or he's not been able to mentally contribute with a pass to somebody else. And I think, like I said, that's what's frustrating about Harvey Barnes. He has all the ammunition in the locker. It's how he performs mentally on the day that you will either see the locker unlocked or it stays completely shut. And like I say, this is the perfect opportunity. It's not a great fullback that he's up against today. Again, Estupiñán, he has his faults. He can be left out of position at times. For me, I'd love to see Harvey Barnes come inside a little bit, and start playing in that inside channel, the same as Anthony Gordon does now when he comes inside to support Isak. And we play a very narrow three up top at times because, again, he's got a really good left foot. We've seen that in the past where, he scored with his left foot. Got a lot to produce today, I think, Harvey Barnes, but it's all on him, at the end of the day. It's how he approaches the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. Now, I agree with Rugby there saying that, you need to run a games. You can't just, do it, especially just coming in. I think he's a player to me that needs to be really warmed up to perform. I think it's a sub. People say it's an impact sub. I mean, that's fine. He's done it. But, it's coming on when we're losing, especially. most times that's when he comes
Yeah.
on. I mean, it's kind of tough
Yeah.
to just get ready and all of a sudden save the game. You know, he's
That's
done it though.
That's right. I mean, that's what I said. I mean, you look at him against like the likes of West Ham last season and Wolves this season. That's just 2 games per se where he's come off the bench and actually performed outstandingly well, scored worldies, if you like. My concern and my problem is when he disappears, because he does disappear. And I agree with what you guys have just said there. But if you guys would be willing to say play with 10 players in games just to give one player the chance of having a run out, and then us losing positions, all the blame goes towards Eddie Howe. It doesn't go to the player individually, even though we'll critique him in the chat and everything else, and we'll do it post-match. But the game's over there, and you're never going to get those goals back. You're never going to get those points back. And
Exactly.
that is the situation that Eddie finds himself in. He's forced, his hands are forced at the present moment in time to play the likes of Murphy over and over and over again because there isn't a natural player that can sit in that position. And that's why I said we've got to stop this mentality of both Gordon and Barnes are asked to switch positions over to that right-hand side. Murphy needs support because he's not the ideal player to play week in, week out. His game is so up and down, it's unreal. And unfortunately, we see that as much as he's given us goals and assists this season, he's also contributed in goals against. So for me, it's a case of these boys, the 2 lads that I think are better footballers that should be playing in front of Murphy, have to get their head on the game and the thumbs out the backside and go out there and from the start prove that they want the shirt above anybody else.
All right, getting situated now, ladies and gents. Newcastle. Oh goodness.
Bless you. And again, it's party time.
It's party time. Newcastle United getting ready to play against Brighton. Brighton back with their yellow kit to differentiate themselves from the Toon. Ready for kickoff, ready for battle, ladies and gents. Newcastle United, Brighton for the FA Cup. Ready to rumble.
Let's get ready to
Anthony
rumble.
Taylor.
Yeah, let's see what he brings us today.
The referee.
There's been some crazy decisions.
Yeah, he's kind of an odd one.
Yeah.
Hinshaw Wood about to kick off for Brighton. And ladies and gentlemen, we are on their way now at St. James's Park. There we go.
Well done, Fabian Shaw. His first header in.
Well done, Dan Byrne.
It seems very bright over at St. James's Park, doesn't it?
It's very sunny today in the Toon. Very sunny. Ball back to Brighton. A little bit of pressure there from Isak, maybe. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Trippier is playing on the right side, so we were wrong all along. I knew they could play either or, though, but...
I wasn't.
Trippier, there you go. Well, I thought you said that Trippier would be on the left.
No. I always said whenever Trippier's come on and we've made a left back position, Tino's always moved across to the left side.
So Trippier on the left, and Trippier on the right, Livramento on the left. So we look at Joe Linton there, bringing some of the intensity that we've been missing. And that's going to be a throw in now for Livramento on the left side of the pitch. Right, quickly played to Dan Byrne. Be careful, Dubravka being pressure there. His time to show his skills with his feet. Something that he has been...
What I've just seen there is exactly what worries me now in this game. If Lewis Hall was played in there, Dan Byrne would have just fed Lewis Hall in. But there you've just seen Dan Byrne just saying, I'm getting rid of this. So again, that I'm not saying it's a bad thing, actually, because sometimes I think we need to just clear the lines. But it'll be interesting to see how that progresses.
Exactly. There we go, Dan Byrne trying to get the ball. Be careful. Brighton out with Yankuba Minte. Well guarded there by Gordon. Be careful. Nice pass to Livramento there. By Gordon. Joe Linton. Tonali. Here's Tonali playing with Fabian Shaw. Yeah, didn't know. Tonali. See, Tonali getting in between the center backs. That's what I always say about the the defensive midfield, I guess you could say, although he can be very
go.
offensive
No
at
go.
times. Joe Linton, Harvey Barnes. Barnes one down.
done.
Barnes the other way. Back now to Livramento. Gordon on the left side of the pitch. Nice pass into Barnes. Now look at Barnes. Well done. Barnes with the cross.
Great cross.
Alexander Isak.
Oh, God.
Isak. Oh, goodness gracious. What a play there. Alexander Isak had it.
Superb from
Whoa,
Barnes.
goodness
Absolutely
gracious.
superb from Barnes. Coming across from that
Yes.
right-hand side. Lovely run deep from the outset there. Good
Well
feed
done.
from Anthony Gordon. And he stood it up to the back
Oh.
post for Isak. He just couldn't keep it underneath the ball. Superb play from
Well
Barnes.
done there. I thought that was I thought that was in, man. That second.
And me.
But it's okay. We just got to keep trying it. We got to keep trying.
Again, it's like I said before. Are they going to be able to run back with us? And I've just seen Tino. I'm watching the replay now. I've just seen Tino make a run, and Minte just let him go. So he overloaded that left-hand channel, exactly like I said, and that is the fault with Minte. And I think that was probably seen from a lot of the scouting that was done when Minte was on loan. Is the fact that his work rate coming backwards isn't as strong as going forwards. In actual fact, it was a good first save by the looks of it, by the foot of the keeper from Isak. It was from the
May have
header.
been, yeah.
He got his toe to it. So good save.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And now you should be able to see the time that we are on as well, that we are watching. So the time is on your screen if you want to sync up with us. So far, a very entertaining match at St. James's Park. Trippier there with a header back to Isak. Now Tonali. Ooh, be careful. That was a high leg.
Referee, come on.
That was a high
was
leg
delayed.
there.
Yeah.
That was a shot right into the shin. Very, very painful.
I didn't know where the advantage was there. He seemed to really delay that call. I mean, look at that.
Ooh.
Up on the shin.
Man, I tell you what.
Ooh.
That is an orange card. Well, maybe, we're right into the bony part of the ankle, inside of the ankle, maybe.
They're bloody sore, they are.
Well, free kick now to be executed by Trippier.
But the one thing I liked about that, again, it's not sitting back, it's sitting at the halfway line. You know, we haven't got the quickest defence, so we've got to be careful because we know the ball over the top can sometimes turn us. But it's a case of keeping them pegged back, and playing in their half is always the best place for me to play football.
Well, and the referee has called for a foul there
Dan Burn.
by Dan Burn, who was wearing a bandage on his left bicep. Well, they were tugging.
The problem is there because at the end of the day, he was pulling on the shirt, and Dan Burns just pushed him off. So I mean, it's 50-50, isn't it?
There we go. Now the ball is up in the air. Be careful on Newcastle side. Dubravka is going to go get that one. Dubravka trying to distribute the ball with his hands.
Yeah.
We've heard about that before.
Yeah.
Lewis Miley now with the long ball to Isak, but unfortunately he can't get to it. Brighton back with the ball now. Be careful now, Brighton. Well done, Dan Burn, 1-on-1. Well done defensively. Barnes there playing back with Trippier. Trippier's going to have to get rid of it. And, and now Mr. Joe Pedro is...
had the stuffing knocked out of him from the big frame of Dan Burn.
Took a shot right into the stomach. Maybe. Oh, which is just the impact of the play. No foul, though, in my opinion, I don't think.
Well, you don't have to get out the way. At the end of the day,
Yeah,
if the player's going to beat you, he's got to beat you. So it's not just the ball he's got to swerve around. It's the body as well. Like I say, you don't, as a player, have to move.
Exactly. Welcome. There's a new viewer there, Sarah Paget. Question for you guys. Why is Isak playing when he wasn't fit to play against Liverpool? I thought they were saving him for the Carabao Cup final. Well, I mean, he's got to be ready to play. I don't think he would be hurt in playing.
No, I don't think he'll be risked.
But also you got to have some game time because he can't be rusty for the final, or else that would be worse, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think, like I said, there's an element of, we've got Wilson fit and free. And again, we can't overload Wilson with too many games either. I think we all know that Wilson, if you give him back-to-back games, it's also going to allow him to potentially get injured, re-injured, and we haven't got the quality behind that. We all know Asula's doing his best he can, but at the minute he seems, a long way away from being the player we want up front. So Isak has to have the opportunity to play if they deem him fit enough to do that. And obviously, he's gone through all the tests. Yes, there was some soreness on that groin area, but like I say, they wouldn't have played him or risked him again, as you saw against Liverpool, if there was an element of doubt.
Now a corner kick for Newcastle United. Trippier there with the corner. Now Tonali, well done Tonali. The vision, he knew Trippier was going to be there, but unfortunately he can't get to it. Stupinian trying to get rid of the ball there. And now we're on to the races. Trippier, Fabian Schär, they're trying to commit a tactical foul, but
a bit of an overload here.
Be careful with the cross there by Brighton.
Well done,
Dan Burn is going to get it. Burn, Joe Linton, Gordon. Burn making a run on the left side. He just needs to go back to his place, man. Come on. Then now Barnes.
Just looks simple, doesn't it? Come on,
Barnes.
Drive in and have a go.
Barnes. The ball's going back to Barnes after.
And Mitoma just doesn't get involved. You see, that's what I'm saying. That one thing you get with Mitoma, he's very good going forward, but he doesn't like to get into the challenge. And I think that's the reasons, one of the reasons why Trippier's been brought in today, because Trippier is not going to give Mitoma any opportunity, and Trippier will go through you.
Harvey Barnes there.
Tactical foul there, to be fair. That was obstruction. Really good play from the Brighton defender. Again, doesn't have to get out the way. Isak fed the ball into Barnes. He run off the blind side or tried to run from the behind, but Isak just got blocked, body checked again, and when Barnes played the ball back to him, it was, like I say, it was good defending.
Yeah, this was the opportunity there with Rudder with the cross. And Baliva, that was probably. But anyways, Van Hecke.
Well done.
Well done there defensively. Well, the ball's going back to Rudder now in Mitoma. Mitoma looking for an outlet. He's going to play right there with Rudder.
Yeah, see, Rutter's staying really tall. He's not supporting that middle two at all. So at the end of the day, that should be an overload. But again, we've just got to be aware that Rudder's up there and playing alongside Pedro, and Pedro's just trying to move players around. I mean, Rutter's not as mobile as Pedro. So you have got to be aware of that. So he's going to be more of the target man. I would have thought. And João Pedro will literally play off him. But again, something to be aware of.
Yep, it's 10 minutes underway. Dan Burn now playing with Dubravka. Look at Dubravka.
Sweeper.
Sweeper keeping there with Fabian Schär now. Balls into Lewis Miley. Trippier, Miley. Fabian Schär now back to Tonali in the midfield. And be careful, Dan Burn. And Livramento now on the left side of the pitch for Newcastle United. Joe Linton, J7, back to Gordon. Gordon to Livramento. Well done there. And now the referee is going to blow something offside. Certainly didn't look it, but let's just take a look. Yeah, he was. Certainly was. Got to keep an eye on that, lads, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's the problem now with, like I say, Tino. He's getting up the field, and that's what I said. It's what we need. We need those overloads in that right back position for Brighton, 2-on-1 most of the times, because, like I say, you lose that with Minte. The biggest problem is, like I say, when he's watching the ball and the lads, the Brighton team, step up, he's not watching along the line. So you're absolutely right. He's either going to check his run and keep deeper and then run late to try and stay onside. Very good the way Lewis Hall does it all the time, to be fair. Very rarely gets himself in an offside situation because he makes his runs so late in the game because he's got the ability. And I've said this before against Tino. Unfortunately, it's not sometimes about the skill set, it's about the mindset. And Tino sometimes, as he does going forward, it's the same when he's defending. Just sometimes that mindset, that technical brain part just isn't there. So something to watch, but as you say, but it is what it is with Tino.
Well done, Joe Linton. And
yeah, great
that's
ball out to Trips.
one thing he can do is, that pass and also holding onto the ball. Can't move him. Will not be able to move him off the ball. Well done. And the long pass, there was a Tonali.
Yeah, I think it was. It was.
Come on, man. Tonali.
Look at J7. He's got hold of
J7. Baliba. J7 and Baliba having a bit of a little bit of a tango dancing lessons there.
Do you know the salsa?
Exactly. Baliba looking like an upset wife who can't be bothered, and J7 is like, come on, hon.
Come on, sweetheart.
It wasn't that bad.
You know you want me. Love that.
A throw in there. Venheka. Baliba now in the midfield, guarded by Luis Miley. Lemty. Venheka. A little bit of pressure there from Joe Linton, and now the ball. Whoa, well done there. Well done there.
You see what you've just got there is you had Miley coming across onto the left-hand side. Harvey Barnes sets back into the right-back position, and like we said before, Trippier then drops into that 6 zone, into the centre circle, just to keep the numbers in and around that centre circle so we don't get overloaded in spaces. So really good teamwork. You've seen Trippier then talking to Barnes to drop in while he sits into that deep 6 while Miley was out of position. It's all about teamwork. It's all about movement. And biggest thing, again, it's all about conversations. And, on the day, it looks like at the minute, we've got lots of people pointing to support and cover each other when they go on a run.
Pressure there in the midfield. The ball's gone back to Brighton. Be careful now. Dubravka's going to watch it go out of bounds, out of play. Newcastle playing quickly now, back to the left side with Livramento. Now Gordon. Gordon's been getting the ball a little bit too low for my liking.
Yeah.
Hasn't been up there. Be careful now, Joe Linton. Back to Byrne, and then Dubravka. Well done. And J7 give the ball away to Mitoma. And now Mitoma, be careful. Mitoma. Oh, man. The shot there
well done,
by Baliba.
What a great
and
ball.
And now Gordon on the left side. Yeah, how did that come out of that one?
That was a great ball.
Gordon.
I don't know whether he meant that.
1-1 to Gordon. Alexander Isak. Isak with the shot right to Verbruggen with no issues.
I don't mind that. It's like I say, it's a shot on target, mate. I don't mind that. It's keeping, Verbruggen. Again, if he hadn't planted his feet correctly there, he's betting the ball around the body. So, but very poor from. You've just seen the best and the worst of J7 in literally 5 minutes.
But here's the thing, though. I think when you pressurize like that, you just got to hoof it, man.
Get rid of it. That's right.
Don't have to play from the back. Doesn't have to be the ultimate rule. So here we go then. Estupinian now on the left side. Play it inside. Gives the ball away. Fabian Schär now. Was going to try to... Oh, my God. Make this simple play, man.
Simple pass, God. Come on. Again, he's trying to force the issue when there's no need. And, I mean, if you're going to play, play, so it's close to the player rather than playing it into a gap that's not there. That's what I said. He gets... J7, he can frustrate you so much because he gives you, like you say, that energy in the midfield, that aggression. But sometimes his ball play is just awful.
Yeah. Gavin Fuller there says the playing out from the back is killing me. I mean, it's if it's the style you want, that's fine. But I mean, you can't do it 100% of the time. You got to know when to just keep it simple. Same way about the passing, by the way, of Fabian Schär. Which, by the way, Fabian Schär has done that multiple times this season. Not the first time. And there we go, Lemty. Guarded by Gordon. Tonali there getting the ball back. Well done, Sandro Tonali. The pass back to Dubravka. Be careful. Dubravka's going to have to get rid of it. And Dubravka telling Livramento, like, I got to hoof it, man. I can't. Which is a good decision. But now we're feeling the pressure from Brighton, though.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a shootout. It's like I say, it's a one-game shootout, isn't it? You know, there's going to be a winner today, so Brighton can't just sit back on the laurels and not try, because, like I say, if they do that, then I think there's only going to potentially be one winner if we just keep knocking on the door. I think what we've got to do is, like I say, allow them to have some of the ball. It draws players away from their penalty area, and hopefully we've got the guile and the players that can pass the ball and get in and behind. Because this is, like I said, you know, the half press is just, it's again pushing them back, and then obviously whatever he decides, if he decides to go long because the passing channels have gone, then that we've got a chance of winning the ball back.
Exactly.
That to me, like I say, it's too easy. That's where you've either got to press or you just come away and just let them have the ball, because that was just too easy for them to come out from that defensive area.
Yep. Oh, that would have been a handball, probably. Yes, it is going to be on J7. Anthony Taylor, been a referee for a while now.
Yeah.
So, FIFA International. And be careful, Yankuaminte, Mitoma to Pedro. Oof.
Good block
Hinshaw
from
there with the shot. Well done. Baliba
Riley
stripped
as
away.
And J7
now
took the
Gordon.
ball.
Ooh, that's going to be a foul. The lower back. Oh, man. Those. I got to be careful with those.
Yeah. Lamptey left a little bit of hip onto him, didn't he?
And now Trippier on the right side of the pitch. Be careful. Ooh, Harvey Barnes, they're doing a little bit of. Give the ball away, man. Give it up.
Give it in.
Oh, he's not. He's going to give it back to Lewis Miley. Tonali.
There you go. Now get out your feet and pass.
Trippier into the box.
Come on.
With Gordon, who's got a header there, but can't get to it. Ball's going back to the midfield with Fabian Schär.
See, that's what I like though with Trips, because you're going to get some distribution into the box. I know there's people say with we don't. The game's disappeared from where the old-fashioned way, where we got down the wing and we whipped the ball into the box. That ball could have fell to anybody, a black and white shirt, or anything like that. And that's why I said you've got to have delivery into the box. And it's again Liverpool. We played with Murphy, where he had the opportunity to get the ball into the box. It was the wrong delivery into the wrong areas at times, and before you know it, the chance has gone. And like I said, this is where you need to start looking at all your opportunities. Great.
J7, Isak back to J7. Now Livramento. Oh, be careful. That could be a penalty. Ladies and gentlemen.
Referee.
And that is going to be a penalty right there. A poor challenge.
That looked strange, didn't it?
But Minte. And ladies and gentlemen, now we have a penalty. Let's take a look at it again. Livramento is going to pass it in. And yeah, he runs him over.
He was late. He was late on the side of his foot there. So
he runs him over.
The ball has gone, and he's coming from the side of Tino.
Oh yeah,
caught the outside of his foot. So
I mean, you can't argue that one. I mean, it's actually a poor play by Minte, though.
It is, to be fair. Absolutely, and that's what I said. Yeah, the biggest problem with Minte is his head. It's that. I mean, I saw there was a little bit of a fight that Minte created a couple of weeks back, and he just wouldn't let it go. And again, these are all these little things in my head that Eddie Howe and the scouting team would have looked at and questioned. It's not Minte's ability to run forward, because we know he's got that. It's Minte's ability to keep his head in times. And like I say, you've just seen it there. No need for that challenge, to be fair. He was going nowhere. But now it's given Newcastle a really great opportunity for Isak to get number 51. Come on, lad.
Alexander, ready for war. Isak.
Yes! Get in. No chance whatsoever.
Man, that is... What a penalty.
Superb penalty. No messing about with that one, was there? No dink down the middle for that one.
Not at all. That was beautifully. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. executed superbly down in that keeper's right-hand side, high into the net. Superb. Great penalty.
Executed to perfection, Alexander Isak. Impossible for Birmingham. And look at Trippier. He doesn't want to look. He doesn't want to look. He just wants to let the crowd let him know if it's in or out. Too much pace, too much.
Great penalty.
Very well. As smooth as the back of the spoon, Alexander Isak.
Yes.
Well done, well done, well done. And now 1-0 for Newcastle United. It was a really balanced match. Now has turned against Brighton, and they're going to have to get out and try to score, or else they're going to lose. And Newcastle now, exactly. Newcastle is going to have opportunities now to score, capitalize on those. So well done, the lads. Burn. You talk about a lethal guy, Alexander Isak, man, and he was certainly missed against Liverpool.
Yeah, that's what I said. You look at for what it is and what he gives you up top. Again, he's not had much of an opportunity so far in this game. But when it comes to that clinical, that cold vein, that he gives you in front of goal, he's just second to none. And this is what I love, when he's just free running.
Oh, look at that. Isak, the pass into Barnes and can't get to it, but Alexander, man, 6'3", 6'2", with a speed and dribbling ability that you don't usually see on center forwards.
Yeah, I mean, he is, like I said, it's a very big shout to say that he's the world's best, because at times he is, but he looks very ordinary at other times, and that's what I said. That's by being a footballer. But this season, he seems to be in that purple patch, and I think Eddie Howe realises what he actually gives you as part of the game. I'm just going to shut up while we watch that, because I thought that was going to be another one. Brighton have just got a corner blocked by Dan Burn, and for me, when you look at the likes of, he gives you that extra midfielder, he gives you that attacking role. When he drops in deep, he can play the 1-2s. The likes of Haaland and players like that, they're just out and out strikers, don't always look as comfortable on the ball when they turn and run. He looks elegant with the ball, and I love to see that type of play.
A corner into the box by Stupinian, and Joao Pedro now with the long.
Yeah.
Well done to Dubravka, who has a few words for Van Hecke for pushing up on him.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the Magpies have. Oh, thank you so much, Random Access. Thank you, mate, for the kind membership, and that has gone to. Let's see who's gone to Falls 9. So welcome, Falls 9, to the membership club, to the NTTV membership club right there. And by the way, instant match reaction coming up for everyone. You come on, have your say. And right after, we'll do a quick player score for the NTTV Plus members. So become a member of NTTV Plus, and you should get everything that we got coming your way. A good show next week as well for NTTV Plus members. The Hard Question Show. I think it's going to be about, rugby might not like that one, but it's going to be about Bruno. If we get an 80 million, and that's a question from a member as well. I think it was a Connor asked the question, whether if we get 80 million for Bruno, we would sell him. Well, we're going to have the honest conversation, I believe, on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that one. Trippier. But see that? Do you see what Trippier just did? Just pass it like nothing without even thinking, back to Dubravka, and just like that, Dubravka passes it back to him. That just isn't with Pope. That confidence is not with Pope whatsoever.
No, and I think that's like I said, it's also not with the likes of Tino, because Tino doesn't have that ability either. And I think that is, like I said,
Oh my goodness!
What
a play! Oh, well done! Look at Joe Linton.
From Isaac in the middle there,
with eyes in the back of his head. Gordon Gordon has to pass it though. Gordon with the
No,
shot.
that's okay. That's good.
And,
That's really good.
Verbruggen.
But you see that little juggle there that you've just seen from
Look at
Isaac.
that
Look at
one.
this.
Ooh.
Just keep it up. He just plays it out of his feet into J7, who passes it out to Gordon. And Gordon comes on the inside because obviously somebody's got to cover Isaac while he's out of position, and Gordon fills that. And again, it's keeping players busy, and it's keeping the goalkeeper and the defence trying to work what's going on. And it's movement that wins games. It's not being static. And I think, like I say, in the past, we've been too guilty of being static up front.
Yep. Welcome, Rudy Game. It says it's just fun to channel. Arsenal fan here. Looking forward to a good game. Appreciate that, mate. Appreciate it. Eddie Howe having a bit of instructions there on the sidelines. Joe Linton is getting tackled down. That has to be a foul. What are you talking about? He was literally taken to the ground there. That was poor by Anthony Taylor.
Yeah, but that's unfortunate. Like I say, Anthony Taylor just doesn't seem to ever see the blatant, but he'll give something that's totally nonchalant. Be careful, boys.
There we go. Dan Burn, be careful.
Simple.
Dan
Simple.
Burn.
Right.
Make it out. He gives it away. Now, it's just I didn't get that one.
No.
But be careful. Ball into the box from Brighton. Livramento there to save. Binte gets it back, and Gordon is going to maybe steal it. There we go.
Trouble.
Anthony Gordon. Oh, that's going to be a yellow
referee,
card right
that's
there.
a yellow. That's a yellow.
going to be a yellow from Lamptey.
You don't give Anthony Gordon a sniff like that, sunshine. And again, you look at the pace of Gordon there. Did really well. Cross comes out to Tino. Tino just with a glancing header to Gordon. Lamptey was favourite for that, but Lamptey tries to come inside to pass the ball into the centre circle. Anthony Gordon seized a little bit of a chance to win the ball back. His pace beats Lamptey, and unfortunately, anything Lamptey can do is bring him down. So puts a little bit of pressure on Tariq Lamptey now at the right back position for Brighton. So with Anthony Gordon, at the end of the day, you ain't going to have minutes apiece there.
Tariq Lamptey getting the yellow card there. All right, and now we got a foul all the way from the Dubravka is going to play.
Well done.
Trippier
Now move.
with a long pass there to Dan Burn. Isak. Ooh, Isak with the nutmeg. Isak gets through.
I'm going to say, how's he got through there?
He's going for a foul there. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Dan Burn is well out of position now. Tonali's run back into that.
And that's multiple times Dan Burn is doing that, to be fair.
Yeah, stop. Yes, just concentrate on your position, lad. Yeah, when he goes on these runs and then goes on the press, you often question whether you've got the, why you're doing it. Just get into position. You've got some lads covering you. Let them have the ball in deep as long as we get ourselves in position and can have a breather.
Yeah, he's back now. There with the pass to Lamptey. Lamptey, Tonali.
There you go, Tonali. Just kicks it out. Done. No pressure. But that was sneaky from Isaac there, trying to get through 3 players on his own there.
Yeah. By the way, congrats to Tonali. He's engaged now.
Mm. Yeah, his fiancée is flashing off the ring on social media.
Yeah. Yankuba Minte now with the corner. The referees paused the game there for a second, telling the lads it's not time for dancing. Get off each other. Van Hecke and Joe Linton.
Tonali just going and having a quiet word at J7 there.
Minte into the box. Be careful. Webster there, but not enough.
So here's a question for you. And it was something I read this morning while I was just getting ready for the show. Is Tonali the best player we've ever bought?
Well, ever. Or
Ever bought. He's not the skillfulest. I'm not saying that it's not about the flashiness or the skill. I mean, at the end of the day,
he's got flash to me. But I mean, the thing, I mean, it's kind of hard competing against people that have already played, like Alan Shearer,
Yeah.
In hindsight, I'll be careful, Alexander Isak.
Where did that come from?
He is offside. He's offside.
Is he offside?
Oh my!
I'm going to say, where's that come from? Because it seemed to come from nowhere. Let's have a
Oh,
look
was
along
he
the line
offside?
there.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
and
he
he was.
was. Go over there, buddy.
Just too late on the pass from Harvey Barnes.
Yeah.
Just delayed it just a second. But again, what a finish that is. That is crazy finish from that near post.
Wow, he was offside. Look
Oh,
at Eddie Howe.
Harvey. Eddie Howe headed his hands. He's thinking, oh, God, what a finish that is.
Yeah. Why? But that's. But you let me
Look
tell you
at that
something.
pace on that ball. It goes
Here's the difference. Okay, it didn't count. Here's the difference. Callum Wilson had an opportunity. He was offside last time around. Look at what he did with that opportunity. Although he was offside, and look at what Isak did with his offside as well. Two night and day. In difference of quality. Callum Wilson sent it out of nowhere, and Isak, although offside, just smashed it into the corner. Impossible.
Yeah, they're still trying to find that ball at Anfield, to be fair, from Callum Wilson.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think that's the reasons why he's been brought back in the side for those half opportunities. Because, like I say, you look at that, it's just speed of play, just slightly delayed from Harvey Barnes, which was a shame because he was in the perfect space for the ball in behind, and he's just stepped with the player, obviously with Harvey Barnes. The defender then steps forward to challenge Harvey Barnes, and when Harvey Barnes then releases the ball, that puts Isak offside just by an hair's breadth. But I mean, again, but it's the finish. It's that ice coldness in front of goal. He doesn't worry about it, doesn't think about it. And it's the speed of the ball into the net. It beats Verbruggen with pace, and Brighton are lucky. Dubs, well done, Sunshine.
Well done there, Pope. Sorry, Dubravka.
Oh, come on, ref.
That's not going to be a yellow
ref.
either.
It is. It's got to be. He's coming from behind.
I don't know why it takes so long to, his body language is I'm going to wait for what the crowd says.
When you challenge from behind like that, it doesn't matter whether you're attempting the ball or not. You've come through the back of the player. That's a yellow card. So 35 minutes gone. Newcastle have done really well. Really well. Not really looked at all unhinged with the Lewis Hall being out of the side. Just showing you the new technology now, this automated offside system, which is so much better and so much quicker than the old stuff. So I'm glad that's involved in today's game.
He was offside. Tonali. Now with Trippier. The ball's going to go to Fabian Schär there, who gives it away.
Yeah.
Yankuba Minte now 1-on-1. Minte going in 1-on-1. Minte keep going, and that's going to be a yellow card now, it looks like, for J7.
It was coming for J7. It was coming. You could see that. Yeah, it's just a tug on the shirt there.
Yeah, but if he hadn't done that, that's the thing, though. I always say if you're gonna foul for real, and because if he got in the way, it could have been extremely dangerous.
Yeah, I just think, like I say, when it's the same player over and over again, it always worries me, the fact that it's time, it's that mentality again, and he can only play one way. So you're always under pressure now to try and hold back, and that's not what you need in the midfield. You need to be head strong, if you like, and be willing to put your foot in when needed, which is now you can't do because he's on that yellow. So got to be careful.
João Pedro, Mitoma.
Again,
Just
just
Dubravka,
simple.
well done.
Yeah.
And
Come
now
on,
back to
Tina.
Livramento. The man passed the ball, bro.
Yeah, just delayed. Yeah.
Jorginho there with the. About 36 minutes. It's going a bit slow, it looks like, but the difference has been obviously Alexander Isak's penalty, but I think we've looked better.
Yeah, absolutely. Playing a bit of a strange line up Brighton. To be fair, it's more of a 4-2-4, 4-2-2-4, with the two wide men just sitting in a little bit. It sometimes looks like a 4-4-2. Playing with Rutter and Joe Pedro up top for Brighton. And again, keeping that high line and that pressure on. We've gone virtually man for man at the back. But it does give us that man extra in the midfield. Once we've got it, there should always be an outlet like there, as you've seen. There's always a body spare, but we've got to do better. What Harvey Barnes has just tried there. He should have just come back inside again where there's more bodies to pass to rather than trying to take it and commit the player.
Brighton,
but it's still exciting. This,
yeah, trying to do something there, Brighton. But their top weapons, Mitoma and Minte, haven't been up to par with what's expected.
Well, Mitoma's been out the game most of the game, to be fair. And what you've got now is Mitoma coming more inside, and you've got Estupiñán playing really high line. And like now, when you turn them, like we have at the minute with Anthony Gordon, we just need to get. There you go. We've got a few more bodies involved. It's just a poor ball, to be fair, to Moyler.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen a lot from Brighton, to be fair. They've not really got in and behind us. We've all looked. Again, we've gone to this 4-5-1 system now because we're 1-0 up. There's no real reason to go hunting after the ball. We've just got to be solid in our defensive work.
Yep. I think we've done what we needed to do. I mean, I would probably expect Bruno to come on in the second half, maybe.
Yeah, I think J7 won't last the game anyway because, obviously he's just coming back from an injury. And I also think that you've got, he's on a yellow card now. And like I say, lose J7. That's a really poor ball from... that's what I said. You look at Mitoma's body language there. That ball goes right over his head. He's not been involved in the game. And Mitoma's dangerous when he's involved, when he's busy. He's been completely out of this game. And like I say, another player who is exciting 1 minute but so poor the next.
And he's going to have to fix that bald spot as well. Come on, man. You can't have...
The comb over.
You can't have that many hair around and then have a bald spot like that, man. You got to come on home, man. Come on home. Do it like me. Come home, baby. Come home. Anyways, a good, interesting match, as we said. Mitoma now down, and the referee's not buying it. And stupid
so you're not going to get that much time against Trippier, like I said. He's the one who's going to get your foot in. And I've been really impressed with Tino, to be fair, because like I say, he's committed going forward. He's not really one. You look at him now. Look at that run.
Yeah,
he's driving. He's driving Minter back, and there you go. Minter's now got the. Minter's having a right go at him. He's saying, "Come on, I'm going to fight you. I'm going to compete with you." But I don't know how he didn't get the corner there. Unless Minte played it off. He must have played it against.
That was a corner.
That was definitely a corner.
What the hell?
Fucking hell, man. That's cheating.
That is rubbish, that.
Yeah, what a great run from Tino.
How can you not call for a corner when you can tell Livramento hasn't even attempted to kick the ball?
Well, you can see the way the direction of the ball's gone. It's Tino who's kicked it against Minte. You've taken a chance there, but he's got away with it.
Yeah, and there we go now. Jorginho.
Yeah. Jorginho is having to come deep now just to get involved in the game because, like I say, the two lads up top, well done, Tino again. Tino, Trippier. These guys all swapping positions.
Well, interesting comment by Christopher Hoskin says, Chris, we better not sit back in the second half. Well, that is the common denominator of most of our matches. So when we're up, so hopefully that doesn't repeat itself. Certainly,
I do get that, but again, it's about Brighton have to commit. We don't have to commit, and it's not about sitting back. It's about controlling the game. And have we got the quality on the players to control the game?
I think what we're doing now is controlling the game. We're doing
Absolutely.
It with the ball. We're not being defensive. Now, if we just give them the ball and sit back, that again, we get into the same game management issues. But I think what we're doing now is excellent. We're not
Yeah.
attacking like crazies. We know that we're not leaving ourselves open in the back. I think we're doing a great job.
Yeah, it's like I say, it's about them committing bodies forward now to try and gain that extra man in certain space. But when we go to this 4-5-1 system, it's very difficult for them to get into the passing lanes. There's one just open there, but again, it's closed down really quick, and the ball straight away virtually comes to a black and white shirt because of the setup. That's the ball.
Nice.
Just too long.
It's a little bit too long, a little bit too strong.
Yeah,
a little
but that's
bit too
what I
much
want.
spaghetti.
Yeah, that's what I want. I don't want the likes of Isak coming in too deep, because that's what usually happens when Isak drops in. What tends to happen is the midfield drop back another 5, and we keep dropping back. And as soon as we win the ball back there, the intentions of the black and white shirts, you can see Harvey Barnes on that right hand side just making that run, and it spreads the back 4 wide because you've got 2 width players, and I want to continue to see that.
Be careful here, Joao Pedro to Minte. Be
us.
careful, Minte 1-on-1. Minte, and he levels.
And that's the first time. That is the first time we have allowed them to get behind us, and it's all come from. And again, this is what we said about sitting back and allowing them. Once we miss that tackle in midfield and the ball gets free, they've got an overload straight away. And Minte then goes into the box, draws Dubravka, and again it's 1-on-1, and he plays the ball really well into the box. But it's Minte gets a lucky deflection from Pedro, and then it's just a running behind, and he's given the ball back into the space. He's 1-on-1 with the keeper. Oh, it was a deflection actually from Trippier that takes it past Dubravka.
And well executed.
It's not.
There's a deflection.
It's deflection. Yeah, it's not even. I think Dubravka would have saved it.
Well, I wouldn't classify that as a mistake, though. I mean, the Trippier has to
it's not a mistake. You've got to go for the ball, absolutely. But it was the deflection that actually took it past the keeper. It wasn't. But you see that if I'm honest with you, we've got the people like the Dubravka out people that will always say, "Well, that's another goal against." There's no way on earth you're going to save goals like that.
No. Not at all. And look, Minte apologizing to the crowd for scoring.
He didn't celebrate, bless him. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Respectful of his former club, although he didn't play. But I think he would have enjoyed playing for us as well. To be fair, and I tell you what, I mean, he had no clear competitor for that position.
No,
I think he would have been starting with his deficiencies and good attributes. He would have been starting over Murphy. And Isak there fighting for the ball. Now we're going to be playing for an extra 2 minutes here on the first half. Newcastle 1, Brighton 1. Equalized. That's St. James's Park. To be fair, though, I don't think Brighton did enough to get that one.
That's what I said. Lucky deflection from the start. I mean, Minte did well, but he pumped it up towards Pedro, Joao Pedro, who, the deflection went straight in front of him. Then what Minte did really well was spin round the back into open space. We were out of position to a degree, but it was just a simple ball for Pedro to push it in. And like I say, Minte shaped his body to try and get it into the far post. And because of the deflection and the tackle from Trippier, it sent it into the near post. So, he took the chance, and you've got to give him credit for that. Because, like I say, they haven't had much in front of goal this first half.
Well done there. Well done by Trippier. And tonight, that's got to be, man, that's a bit of a heavy collision.
That's Lamptey again. Got to be careful.
Hey, look at the referee.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hold on.
Wait.
Lamptey's been booked.
But Lamptey already has been booked. Oh, no, Baliba.
Oh, it's Baliba. That was Baliba. I'm going to say that. Crikey, that looked just like Lamptey, didn't it? I'm thinking that can't be a yellow card.
Man. I was like, wait a minute.
Jeez.
Because even the look of Anthony Taylor is like, you were close to getting booked again. Be careful. Yeah. And then he books him, so I thought that was it. But okay. Joe Linton there now. Murphy, Burn. And the ball's going back to Trippier now, alone against Burn back up there again.
Yeah,
that's a foul. That's going to be enough.
Come on.
A foul of Nheka by Isak.
don't even know. Why can't you compete for balls like that are bouncing in and around the box these days? He wasn't looking at fouling. It was just shoulder to shoulder. Van Heck has gone down, and he's given him a foul for that. I think that's really poor refereeing again. Where's the competition? There was a foul on J7 where he's allowed play to go on, which was a lot harsher than that. What you've just seen then.
Well, that is the first half, ladies and gents. 1-1.
Yeah,
for
exciting first
Newcastle
off.
and the Mags for Newcastle and Brighton. And well, I mean, it's I don't know. What do you think about the first half? I thought we were good. I mean, good isn't. It wasn't the greatest first half I've seen the team play, but certainly, we did the job, and they scored easy as well, just as we did. To be fair, I mean, the penalty wasn't something that we made. It just Minte made a mistake, and not too bad, I would say. Like Boki's saying that, not too bad. Poor goal to give away. But it's kind of a story of the season, isn't it? That we give poor.
That's exactly what I said.
As we look at David Beckham's junk, right?
Yeah, bodyware. There is also other brands to buy. But there's a part of me that's disappointed because, like I say, the lads did well. Apart from a lucky deflection that falls into your path, and that's what I said. Good players will make an opportunity out of nothing, really. And like I say, I understand what Chris was saying before. I hope we don't sit back. The problem is when you go out and keep attacking, there's always going to be the opportunity where you leave the door open or ajar for a chance. And like I said, a tackle, a couple of deflections, it goes in their favour, and Minte goes in and gets again the second deflection, a half tackle from Trippier that goes into the near post. So it's not the be all and end all. It's the mentality now. It's the mentality of how the lads come out the second half, because when you've done half a decent job, you've took the lead. It potentially could have been 2-0. And for me, it was a case of how can they go forward now and get the win? You know what I mean? Get another goal. It eases all the pressure. And once that goal went in, it became a little bit scrappy. Afterwards, there was a lot of competing in and around the 25-yard mark in front of Brighton's goal, but nothing really came of down the wings. We haven't made the width count. We've become quite narrow at times, and again, it's going to that 4-5-1 scenario where we go narrow and then we break on the width. And like I say, there was an opportunity where Isaac was nearly through, but again, it's just one ball out, and I think this is where we've got to be better. It's a simple ball out down the line to Minte. Minte competes. Like I say, he gets a pass off to Pedro. Pedro just plays the ball in and around, and before we know it, we're open again. And would it have happened if Lewis Hall was in the side? Because obviously it's come down Tino and Dan Burns' side. I don't know. It's ifs, buts, and maybes on that one. But like I said, they've had one real good opportunity. I'm taking it. So for me, Isaac, the lads, the Newcastle players, Isaac has been outstanding the first half. Like I said, he looks on fire, and it's literally how now they come out for the second half. Who wants it more? Because like I say, I've seen enough in the first half to say to you guys, in my eyes, at this present moment in time, Newcastle will win this. But is that me just being a Newcastle supporter? Well, no. I've seen enough of good play, and people can say a bitty play to do to get through this. But we've got to be tighter again. You can't allow teams like Brighton to get the half chances, because they will obviously try their best to score.
Yep, I agree. But it's been a very balanced game for me, though. I mean, we could say we deserve to. I mean, can we say we deserve to win? I mean, it's kinda...
Well, if you look at I'm just looking at the Isaac chance in the first few minutes.
That should have gone in.
That should have gone in. Yeah. Then we've got the penalty decision that went our way, which again, it's on the attacking side of things. We've had a few shots from outside the box again, which is what I always like to see because it allows defenders and goalkeepers to try and close the space rather than allow you to shoot. And goalkeepers are often wrong sighted and off balance. And then you've got the offside goal that was disallowed. So, as daft it looks, we could have gone in 2 or 3 up. And would the game have been different then? Well, yeah, of course it would. And that's why I said, for me, it's a case of we have dominated without actually winning the first half. And I think that is sometimes, like I said, exactly the same as the other game. You can dominate a game, but unless you hit the onion sack, it doesn't mean a thing. And I think we've just got to be a little bit more clinical in front of goal, and I think we can get there. Bless you again.
Thank you, man. I don't know why I'm getting.
You've got an allergy against Brighton.
Every time I saw it, and of course the Binte goal there, I mean it was deflected, but it certainly did look good. Binte when he was trying to score.
I mean, it was a great run from Minte, to be fair, in and behind. I mean, it was superb. I mean, you're just looking at the possession there. Look, the half-time stats. It looks well online for Brighton to be in the lead rather than Newcastle, which is surprising.
All right. So, anyways, let's go with your comments then, because people are coming on, having their say, having their opinion on this match. By the way, I would have to say that Harvey Barnes started well, but then went quiet on the right side.
Yeah.
But it's also about where the team decides to attack. I mean, I don't. Is it his fault that the team is not deciding to attack on his side, because we have been attacking on the left side the whole time?
I think we're very dominant on that side, aren't we? We always have been, and we're a team that does all of our initial work down that left-hand side. And that's what I said. For me, missing Hall gives us that balance down that left-hand side with that left foot. And Tino's not done a bad job in the first half at all. So I can't honestly say that, Harvey Barnes being on the right-hand side. I mean, like I say, he's come inside, he's worked on the inside channel a number of times and looked really comfortable. He doesn't look out of position. And when we have had the ball down the right-hand side, he's contributed. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's like a half chance for them, and they've taken it just because of a lucky deflection. The Minte gets in between Anthony Gordon and Dan Burn, who's out of position. He runs in behind Shaw, and again, this is what I said about committing too many players forward. There's a number of lads out of position there for me, and would that have been in effect if Louis Saul was there? Because I don't think Dan Burns would have been involved in that if Louis Saul was involved. But again, it's having the confidence, and I don't know whether that it would have happened, because it's all hindsight. But for me, there's certain things that have happened in this first half that I've noticed may not have happened if we would have had our first 11 out.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's go with some comments here that we have been highlighting is for this part. Let me see here. What the second half is going to be like the Forest sit back, says Tiger Studios. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully not. Scott Edward says, thanks, Ian. I worry with Shaw and Byrne because of their lack of awareness. Well, there seems to be some of that, actually. I mean, I think that I don't know what the instructions are, but Dan Byrne needs to just stop doing all that. I mean, it's just kind of weird. He looks weird, really, running around like a headless chicken around the pitch, and not in his what should be his area where he plays in defense. I think just running around. I don't know what he's trying to do. He looks weird. He needs to get back in defense. Fabian Schär sometimes does it, but my problem with Fabian Schär is more about the way he just gives passes away nonstop. I think he tries to create more than he can, or more than I don't know. But need to know what our abilities are and play to our strengths instead of doing extra for no reason. There are other players that are able to do that. So Do your job first, and then worry about. It's like when you're in the airport, when you're in the airplane, when they tell you when the mask comes down, put your mask on first, and then worry about others. That's what needs to happen. That's what I think anyway. So Vendetta, I really dislike the way we play football. It's ridiculous at times. I wouldn't say it's horrible. Today it's not bad. It's just it's been kind of, I don't know, even. I guess you can say pretty balanced. Michael, we're shooting towards the Gallagate second half. How are the lads? Yep. Tobias Matson, we commit way too many players forward on set pieces. Shar was poor on that goal, says Benjamin Maven. I didn't even look at that. I mean, that would be interesting.
No, I don't think it was Shaw's fault at all. I think, like I say, you've got that's what I said. You've got Dan Byrne and Anthony Gordon 2-on-1 there. Again, Tino was just the other side in front, and again, it's about moving bodies out of position, and that's what Brighton did. Pedro had come out, Dan Byrne had obviously followed. There was a little ball inside from Minte that deflected into the path of Pedro. People will say, I say, it could have been luck more than judgment. But he plays the perfect ball in and behind Fabian Schär for Minte to run onto. And like I say, you can't blame Schär for that one.
Yeah. Lee McFarlane says, yeah, Tiger, I'm still upset we had to sell him. Thought we'd have bought him back by now, Minte. I mean, we had to sell him, I guess. It is what it is, isn't it? Novo Castria looked like a handball before the assist as well. Yeah, I did see somebody say that about the handball. I don't know. I guess I will have to look at it again. Rugby, but we need to be better on the ball. I'm afraid we won't become a top position team after 15 minutes of halftime talk. Exactly. Right. Sam, I expect them to turn up in the second half. Well, hopefully that's the case, and we don't settle for less. Well, obviously we can't. We were 1-1. No. We gotta go out there and get it. Certainly not wait on Brighton to score. Daniel Bell, can we all agree that Dubravka is far better keeper than Pope? Well, I mean, I think he's in a better form. That's we can settle the discussion there. He is in the better form, and he needs to play. That's plain and simple. Don't add problems where you don't need them or when you don't have them. And I think that was the issue with Eddie not putting Pope in the lineup in the previous matches. We shall see. We shall see. Japadoni, depends which foot he was stood on, of course. Adrian Pickett. Joe Linton looks handy in the shadow striker role. Joe Linton seems to, we seem to, that intensity, that strength, the potent midfielder, we kind of, it feels like we missed that. Has some good quality passes, though, to be fair. I mean, although that's not his strength, really. So,
no. I mean, like I'm not going to go through individuals and say, one was better than the other or anything else. But I mean, if you go on SofaScore, Joe Linton's got the worst rating out of every player. And there's only Tino Livramento in green at the moment in a 7.2. I mean, and that's what I said. I don't understand the way SofaScore mark up teams, and the only player there's two people in green for Brighton, and that's Joe Pedro and Minte. There's a number of players in the deep orange for Brighton compared to, like I say, Newcastle. Even though when you look at if you look at the stats for the game so far, there's been so much more possession created by Brighton, 61% to 39%. We've had more big chances. We've had more shots on goal. But, for me, it's a case of where does it get better and how does it get better? Our XG is higher. So it's not, you can see by this team, it's not a case of we don't keep the ball enough in my eyes when we are playing. But is that because we want to attack? We're playing the ball, we're progressing the ball quick into or trying to get behind opposition. And by doing that and having that mentality, there's a lot more chance, and we've seen with the evidence, that you're going to give possession away. So as supporters, we can't have it both ways. We either retain the ball, and again, you look at Brighton, they've had all of the play, but they've had all of the play in their off and in front of our goal, but they haven't had anything of, there doesn't seem to have been much risk regarding shots at goal. So for me, do we gamble and say, you know what, we'll draw you onto us, we'll win the ball back in their final third, and then release the ball quick up to our forward men and get behind? Well, that's where we've won most of our games. So I can't see us changing that way of thinking.
Right. Well, we are ready and set for the second half, ladies and gents. I don't know who made a substitution. It kind of, I don't know if it looked like we were making a substitution, or maybe not. But Brighton might be. I don't know. We'll have to look at that, of course. Maybe I wouldn't expect a change at halftime with Eddie. So,
No, neither would I.
So here we go. We're going to get underway on the second half again. Please smash the like button. Support the channel. Bring in the latest on all things Newcastle United. Alexander Isak now about to kick off for Newcastle United. The lethal Alexander Isak. And here we are underway in the tune. Somebody has to win. Somebody will live at the end of this match. Who will it be? Hopefully Newcastle.
Yeah, we need to switch on. Looks like they've come out really quickly, the Brighton lads.
Yep.
I thought that was a corner kick, but obviously Tonali didn't get a toe on that. It looked very close.
Well done, Tonali. Oh,
he didn't. No, he just Estupiñán just jumped over the ball. Yeah.
He made Estupiñán think he was going to go for it. Done there.
Harvey Barnes.
We'll see. Harvey Barnes just we need to attack a little bit through him.
That's a bad ball.
Oh, that's a poor one.
Close.
Well done, Tonali. Tonali now with the pass to Isak. Well done, Alexander Isak. He's going to have to cross it all the way back to Gordon, and he made that run, and he didn't stay back. Lewis Miley now playing with Livramento. Back to Tonali. Lewis Miley. That would have been a great opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I thought Tonali had a hospital ball played, but he did really well to retain possession there. And he played a lovely ball through to Isak.
Oh, well done there now. Gordon with the ball. He made that play. He made that cut.
I guess, you
Can't do that.
You're going inside again. You're giving the opportunity back to Lamptey to get the challenge in, which he did.
Yeah.
Just the wrong choice there. He should have stayed on the outside, and he would have been able to get a shot off there. Minsay got a poke in the eye. I don't know what he's saying there, because I couldn't see anything.
I think Gordon might have given him a swipe with his hand.
A little bit of a handoff, yeah. Yeah, but Gordon just lost the opportunity because of the, just like I say, trying to come back in onto his left foot for some unknown reason.
Well, something going on with Anthony Taylor's microphone, maybe. Or no, what was going on? I don't know.
I think he's just waiting to see if there's anything come off from VAR, I think.
The possible penalty for Newcastle. Let's take a look. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Nah, shoulder to shoulder. Very, very dodgy if that was given.
Well, here we are. Back at it again.
Oh, I didn't think that ball had gone out then. That's a dodgy throw again. Christ, there's some really like in your mouth moments with some of these passing and throw-ins. It's really weird, isn't it? Because we seem to try to be this real technical, fancy football inside. And I still like that one there. I still question whether we've got the ability or the players to actually do what they're trying to achieve here. J7 looked like he couldn't trap wind there. Never mind the ball when it was played up to him. And I think that's what I said. Sometimes I think we've just got to play to our strengths rather than try this pretty football at times because it just looks really awkward. Looks like there's a bit of a change in formation. We seem to have gone 4-4-2 at the minute with Anthony Gordon playing more of a central role, and it looks like J7's gone out to the left-hand side.
Poor pass there by
we've
Gordon.
Gone man on man at the back at the minute, so we've got to be careful here. We don't lose. We've got to retain possession. Okay. Be interesting to see if this. Oh, that's another ball. You see that there. Tino done really well there because that could have been taken off him by Minto.
Joe Linton, Gordon, back to Livramento now on the left side for Newcastle. Well, the give and go there, but
unlucky son. But again, he's getting into them high lines, and that's what I said. That's encouraging for me because sometimes when you're playing out of position, you can be somewhat like a little bit hampered, so you don't risk going forward. But he's been free running down that left-hand side, Tino. Lovely give and go with J7 there. Just his first touch was poor, but that's why he's a fullback.
Yeah. And well, there you go. Somebody's going down. Well, yeah, he's going to keep playing there. It's a good throw in by Barnes.
It's gone very scrappy, mate, to be fair.
Yep. Oh, is that a foul?
You got to be careful. You're looking at the same players all over again. And Anthony Taylor, look at him here. Jorginho, he's like, come on, ref, give me some support. I mean, to be fair, there wasn't a lot in that. I mean, it was the outside of his ankle, to be fair. But, I mean, there wasn't a lot in that.
Not to be yelling like that.
No. But that's what I said. When players start doing that, you see, they start. What it does is it gives the referee a look at what's going on. It's like I say, it's J7 again with the tackle. Just got to be careful. But it has gone really, really scrappy. The start of the first half, the first 6 minutes of the first half is just awful.
Yep.
You know what? I can't believe happens more times than not is when we defend a set piece. Byrne can get his head on most of the stuff, but when we go and attack, he never wins a bloody ball in the air.
Right?
Do we?
No. Be careful now with Mitoma.
Tino's left him on side there. Mitoma has got a chance.
Joao Pedro. Stupinian with the cross. Be careful there. So now he's going to have to get rid of it. And now Gordon on the run. Gordon, why did he go inside though, man?
It's just decision making. He's coming into play. If he'd have took that the other way, there was already players there. So your chances of retaining the ball, again, it's about decision making. And it's just poor play at the minute. We've gone really, really crazy. Again, it's probably getting used to a new system. Like I said, this 4-4-2.
Yeah,
he's
it is
pushed.
4-4-2.
He's put J7 out on the left-hand side, probably because he's got that yellow card as well. So he's not involved as much in the midfield. Come on, make a decision.
Fabian Schär now.
Fabian Schär, what the hell are you doing, lad?
Gambling with the ball now. He's going to commit a foul if he's careful. With Trippier, well done there, Trippier. Hey, that's going to be a throw for Newcastle, but that, man, just unwarranted.
Giving it to Brighton.
Oh, he's giving it to Brighton.
Yeah, but again, we're putting ourselves under pressure, aren't we? That was a silly ball that he played to Dubravka. Dubravka get him back, and once he tried to commit the player like that and take the player on, there was only ever going to be one winner, and that's what I said. Sometimes decision making. Now, come on, you've got 2-on-1 if you win that ball. Okay. Another foul there. Jesus Christ. I seriously can't understand when they go shoulder to shoulder and a player goes to the ground, why they class it or deem that as a foul. That to me wasn't a foul, but it doesn't show the repeat. It's certainly ugly at the minute. Brighton have, like I say, seem to have come out of the blocks this second half. We've changed slightly our formation, and it seems as if we're the ones that are going to struggle at the minute just to make ends meet. The shape of the team looks a little bit all over the shop. Oh, what are you doing, Dan Burn? You cannot
Burn now. Oh, what a block there by Dubravka.
Leaving it to each other, lad. Dan Burn, that's your ball. Don't fucking leave it to Shaw.
Dan Burn had a mare there, man.
What's he done? They just switched off, look. That's what I said. Dan Burn has gone towards T now because of Blaine left back. So there's no... Oh, Jesus. Mitoma. What was that? Again, it's about that confidence, isn't it? And he's drawn towards T now. Subconsciously, it's not something that he's thinking about doing. It's a subconscious reaction to try and support a teammate. But by doing that, the space that is in the middle now between Dan Burn and Fabian Shaw, and it's like a case of, that's your ball, and they leave it to each other, that's just poor. So poor.
Well, we got to be careful. We're playing with fire right now, ladies and gents.
We can't fucking pass the ball 5 yards to each other at the minute. It's so bad.
My thing is...
Here we go. I thought, like I say, we're not even on 60 minutes yet, look.
No.
And straight away.
10 minutes, Lewis Miley's coming off.
Yeah.
And Bruno's coming on, I believe. 3 changes. Joe Willock as well as Murphy. So Murphy is going to come on for Barnes, of course. I think Bruno for Miley. Willock for who? For Joe Linton.
I would have thought so.
But here is the thing, though, that, Joe Linton is out. And he's not happy that he's leaving. But here's the thing. I don't know why we went 4-4-2. Like, what 4-4-2 is... nowadays, it's not so much of an attacking, go for the game type formation.
No, I think it's to compensate. Sometimes what you do is you compensate for what the opposition are doing. And like I said, Hassler has made this 4-2-2-2 type of system with 2 deep midfielders, with 2 mid-wide deep midfielders, with 2 attackers up top of them. And what he's trying to do is go 4-4-2, where you've got you can compete in each area, and then you've got the runners. And like I say, if you have a look at them now, they're just like a 4-3-3 now. And this is how it goes with a lot of teams, that it's fluid. The trouble is, like I say, for the first 5 or 6 minutes, to try and compete in a 4-4-2, we weren't even sure of what position we're playing. As much as like J7 was out on the left-hand wing, you don't have to stay there. You can come inside and support and become narrow. It was just too open for me in the first 10 minutes. So I can understand why they've made a change. How this new lineup's going to be, because it looks like very much like Willock.
Oh, well, no, Willock is now up there.
Up on top, and he's got Anthony Gordon on the left-hand side.
No, I don't agree with that.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether he's asking Willock to go and sit in the hole. Because, like I say, unfortunately, Anthony Gordon's not been doing a great job up there.
Well, he's not going to be doing a great job he's not playing a winger there. I mean, he's like a left midfielder. I don't know. Jesus. Well, now Livermento 1-1 against Minte. And
he's done well, to be fair. I can't fault T now. He's had a really good effort in the game, and like I say, he's been one of very few players that are shining, because at least he's trying. I just can't understand, like that ball there up to Bruno, and he lets it go through his legs, and he gives the ball straight back to Brighton. We've just got to be better at retaining the ball. If Eddie Howe thinks that Lewis Miley wasn't doing a good enough job, well, Bruno's not shown me anything that's going to change in this second half. If he does that and allows the ball to go through him. Brighton just seem to be the ones now that have got the bit between the teeth, and that's what happens when you obviously score just before. Look at that for the ball.
Ah, we just gave the ball away again, man.
What are you doing?
Mitoma. That's poor by Mitoma, by the way. Thank goodness.
Yeah, again, lets off there. Really?
Both of our center backs are absolute rubbish right now passing the ball.
That's just laziness. That's just like, just playing the ball blind, expecting Tonali to drop in. It's a different system, guys. And that's what I said. Wake up to the system that the managers put out there, for God's sake.
We got Gordon on the left. Gordon on the run with the cross. Easily handled by Verbruggen. And, yeah. So, but it's kind of weird how second halves is, for us, has turned into like I don't know. We lose our powers. We lose all our power.
It's the head thing, when it comes to losing a goal right at the end of the first half. It's who mentally comes out and still wants it. And like I said, from what I can see at the minute, Brighton want it more than Newcastle because we are all over the shop.
There we go, Isak. Well done, Isak, to get in there. Nice pass to Bruno. Wow.
Bruno. And Bruno. Let it go, son. Let it go.
What a pass by Isak, by the way.
Yeah, great pass.
Vicious.
Great pass.
Let's take a look and see if Bruno could have been done.
Anybody committing to the cause?
Maybe if
Willock was the one, look. Screaming for it at the penalty spot.
He would have had to just pause, let the defender go in and pass it to Willock, I think.
Eddie Howe sees that. Willock was wide open there. Done a good late run into the box. Very much similar to the way Liverpool played with when we conceded goals. Trips's come into the box, but that's a poor.
Yeah, not a good cross there. Murphy
get it under control.
Murphy lost the ball now in a bad. My God, Mitoma.
Yeah. Oh, Mitoma was playing awful.
Where's Gordon right now?
Well, no, I understand that, but I think at the end of the day, it's about supporting the cause, and if it means you've got to come out of position to cover somebody else's spot because we've just come from a corner. So Trippier was out of position, your two centre halves were out of position, and Mitoma's just run the full length of the pitch because of what Murphy didn't do right.
That's going to be a foul there.
Tino. Yeah, really good play. Again, he's drawn the player in and he's got the foul.
Baliba.
Yeah, he's got to be careful, Baliba. Like I said, we've taken J7 off, which was our
nice long pass there from Trippier to Murphy. Murphy, 2 on him. He gets the pass out, but nah.
Again, he tries that short ball into that area where at least you've got players, like I say, Willock there trying to get into that forward line, which we didn't do against Liverpool, where he played a very similar ball a couple of times, and nobody committed to the cause there. And today he's obviously committed to the cause, but the ball just didn't get through the players.
All right, Murphy back to Gordon now on the right. Gordon with the cross.
That's the balls. Jesus. Oh, Jesus. So poor.
Yeah.
Gordon playing bloody right back now.
Yeah.
It's very scrappy, unfortunately. It's a nice little run, but Jesus. The execution of the ball was so poor from Willock, but again, he's got it back because they've literally just passed us the ball back. I don't know. Like I say, everybody's just looking at each other and pointing the finger. Switch on, boys. Verbruggen punches it out.
Yeah. Bruno trying to orchestrate through the middle now, and like I said, you just need to settle down, have a little bit of the ball. Don't try anything. Oh Jesus! Like I'm just don't try anything crazy, and then he goes to try and beat the world. Well done. That's not a foul. Go on.
Well done, Trippier. Keep going, son.
There we go.
Jesus! Now Dan Burns out of position,
Yeah,
and it's 3-on-2 here. Got it, 3. Well, come on. I'll tell you something now.
See, Burn, he has to run to the middle. He has
Yeah.
to. But well done, Tonali. He has to run to the middle. He's running at the guy with the ball.
But that's Joe Pedro, you see. What he's doing, he's gone man-to-man on one of their attackers. And wherever he follows, he seems to be just walking into that space. And
Bruno,
for God's sake. He was waiting for the player to come and tackle him so he can go to the ground. You could see exactly what he was trying to do.
Fucking hell. Jorginho
We are
now.
all over the shop.
Oh, man, I don't know.
We are all over the shop at the minute. Look at this now. We've stepped off and we're now marking the 6-yard box.
Livramento giving back to Balibas now.
They are literally just hammering at the door now at the minute. Yeah, this is what I said about Isaac now. Look, we've got every player literally within 30 yards of our goal, which is not what you want to be at home. That's how poor it is. Come on, boys. Bloody wake up to the cause.
Well, better get to it.
We've just got to be switched on. It's like I said at the minute, I don't know who's turned the off button because the off button is definitely off.
Oh, my goodness.
Carlton Connors just said Sunday League team, which is probably as close as I've seen, mate. You're absolutely right.
But, you know, you can clearly see, I mean, I don't know, but all I know is that we changed the formation drastically, and then the lads just couldn't do it. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Come on. Bruno. Isaac. Oh, man, that was a rocket.
But I think that's you see, when the 4-4-2 does work if you're going to do what he's tried to do there, and that's get down the width and get the ball into the box. Because then look how many players are in the box. You get those overloads, and you, like I said, that's just hit him in the solar plexus, and it's winded him a little bit. But again, you know, there's bodies in the box. I like it. I do like it. What I don't like is the build-up play. It's like I said, there's no control. There's no want. It's sloppy balls. It's like half-hit balls. There's no balls that are driven into feet. And you know, when it's a lazy ball to you, it's a case of I've done my bit now. It's your turn. There's not enough impetus to get up there and drive the ball forward. In my eyes.
Cross from Gordon.
He never wins a bloody ball up there, Dan Bird. I don't know why. Well done, Tino.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, he's missed it. Willock's missed it.
Oh,
that was on his. I thought that was literally on his forehead there.
He was by himself, Joe Willock. Oh, he is.
Great play though. Great play from Tino again. Lovely
How
ball
did he
in.
Miss that,
and it's
man?
just in front of his face. He's just not connected to the ball at all.
Oh my!
How has he missed that? What lovely play from Tino though. Now, you got to give. I think, to be fair, my man of the match so far for Newcastle, Tino Livramento. He's been absolutely superb.
And now you're going to take him off?
Target's coming on.
How can these changes? You're going to take off the man. And by the way, how does that help us? I mean, how does that? He's probably taking Trippier out, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, he probably will be. He'll probably be taking Trippier out because, like I say, we're on the 65-minute mark or 68-minute mark. And he's probably pulling Tino back to that right back position to try and get us a bit more balance because we are totally unbalanced at the minute down that right-hand side.
I don't know how Target makes us a better team right now, though. That's the problem.
Well, I suppose it's left foot, left side, and because we've got...
Other than just, I don't know, one is tired or something.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not happy by being substituted, Minte. Yankuba Minte and Carlos Gruder's coming on with Gomez. Target's on for Trippier.
So I'm assuming Target's going to go on the left because...
Yeah, I would absolutely. I 100% not want Target on the right hand side.
Lee McFarlane target on for penalties.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we just took one of our penalty takers off, as daft it looks.
We go to penalties, we're not good, man.
Yeah.
Bruno there fouled in the midfield.
It's very, very scruffy at the minute. But I mean, I must admit, if I was Matt Target, you'd be gutted, wouldn't you? Not to even be able to start when your natural left back is injured. So you put a makeshift left back in position. You'd think to yourself, where am I in the pecking order here? But it's just proof in the pudding. I was a bit hesitant, but like I say, Tino and left back today hasn't put a foot wrong. I think he's been, like I say, outstanding. I don't know whether people agree in that left back position. Brighton having the tendency now to try and get in on the width. See if any of their changes make a change. They could play the ball just 25, 30 yards out. Again, trying to progress the ball too quick. Lose the ball. Dan Burn now feeds out to Murphy, who's playing in the right back position. Murphy drives the ball into Bruno. Up to Isak. Lovely turn by Isak. Out to Tino now on the right hand side. Tino looking for some support. Bruno gives it to him, but there's a nudge in the back on Bruno. And there's a free kick given to Newcastle. Which, again, it's just... it was better play down that right-hand side. And like I say, I hope it gives us a little bit more balance now down that right-hand side, because we've been, for the entire game, it's been poor down this right-hand side, I must admit. And all the players being down our left. So Newcastle free kick in a threatening position. Let's just see what the delivery's like. And see if one of our centre-backs can actually get his head to this. Because that'll be great if we can head a ball in the opposition goal. That would be great. He towers above everybody, Dan Burn. Headed clear. Shot into the box from Tonali. It broke out to a yellow shirt now. Stupian.
Well done, no foul.
Well done, Tonali. He's just stood to... he's just trying to play. It's a bad ball. It's a bad ball
by Murphy.
Yeah, it's Tonali.
No, Murphy.
Oh, it's Murphy. Sorry, yeah. Well, that doesn't surprise me then.
That
did surprise me at first, because I thought, yeah.
That doesn't surprise.
That doesn't surprise me now. Now you've said that. Sorry, like I said, the screen on my side isn't clear, so I do apologise. But he did well, Murphy, to be fair, to stand him up. That's why I thought it was Tonali, because he did really well to win the ball back there.
And he shouldn't have been on that side anyway.
No, well, exactly.
Oh, yeah. No way.
Come on, switch on. I think Isak will be going off soon anyway.
Man,
then we're in trouble.
We got extra time, don't we?
Yeah, it's extra time and penalties today.
Okay.
Target on the left-hand side. Ooh, what do you say? That doesn't surprise me either. Target gets easily dispossessed by the ball.
Look at Target, the way he runs. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is like it's me playing out there.
Brighton, Tonali just gets the tackle in. On Pedro. Yeah, like I say, Tonali's been one of few today at this present moment in time.
Yeah.
I think the names that I have on the man of the match so far is Tonali, Tino and Isak. Don't think there's been many others that I can see that shone today, to be fair. Mitoma now comes inside, just on the edge of the Newcastle penalty area. Newcastle do well to push him back a little bit, but again, it's easy for Stupian to play a ball into Mitoma. He's got space to the back stick. He plays it right across goal, and There was, luckily for Newcastle, no Brighton player was coming in there. Anthony Gordon plays the ball out to Murphy. Murphy now and Tino on the right-hand side. Murphy plays the ball to Tino. Tino drives inside, coming towards the penalty box. But again, wrong decisions. Tino tried to give the ball to Isak.
Well
Isak
done,
was
Fernando.
flat-footed there. Murphy dropped the ball into the box. Oh! Falls to
my God.
Tino, who has a swing and misses it in the air shot. That's why he's a fullback.
You can get yourself hurt, Tino, doing that.
Yeah, good ball down the wing for Brighton, but Bamburn covers the left-back position because Target was nowhere to be seen. I don't know where Target is at the minute. Like he's blown out of his backside already. There it is. Matt Target now on the ball on the left-hand side on the halfway line. Tonali now. Fabian Shaw.
Oh, goodness.
Jesus Christ, it's so bad, it's unreal. Come on, boys, move. This is ridiculous. That's a bad ball. But again, it's no movement up front. You can't just stand and expect the ball to get to you, lads.
Yeah.
So bad. Joe Pedro now, just on the left-hand side. Little swinging shots, which are high and wide from Brighton. Gomez there, just tried to shape it into that far corner, but just leaning back and puts it over the bar. But again, lots of space allowed them to, on the edge of the box, all the Newcastle players just retreating. But me telling me that ball across the box there, like I say, nobody gambling on the back stick. That's how easy it was for Brighton just to get behind us.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, Tino's air shot.
I'll tell you what, though, Tonali is a one-man team right now. It's just
in that sense, look at him. He's telling the lads in front, move. Because like I say, everybody's so static up top.
And come on, cross it.
Willock's just collided with the advertising board. He's just kept on running into the bloody advertising board.
He just said, ooh, that hurt.
Let's hurdle that one and walk into the other one. Jesus. We are all over the shop. But you're right. I mean, I'm just having a replay of Tonali shouting at Willock to make a movement. Willock's playing in a 10 slot at the minute.
It's even Isak. It's calling for to pressure the Brighton.
Look at Tonali here, look.
Yeah. Tonali is trying to do it all, man, and it's impossible.
Yeah. So if he's there, who's in midfield? That's what worries me. That's what I said. You know, you've got players playing in all positions. Looks totally unbalanced at the minute.
I mean, it's Jonathan says Tonali can do no wrong with some fans. You don't have to say it with some fans. You can say it straight up. If you're targeting it at me. But you can't deny Tonali is the best player right now, trying to do wonders, and nobody is available to. I mean, it's you can see it, man.
Yeah, he's all over the park, just trying to get something going. Because, like I say, it's so flat. That's the problem. It's just so.
Look at that though.
Anthony Gordon.
Anthony Gordon is guarding himself. He's marking himself. Gordon there just
fucking honest to God, it's just trying to do just play simple inside.
Dribbled against himself and marked himself and took the ball away from himself.
Like I said, we've got a chance of conceding very soon. If you carry on like this, it seems there's only one team that's going to score. Tino, you've got to get your head to that, son. That's going to.
Oof.
That could be like I say, Tino's foot was really high there. He's got to go with that. He's got to compete with his head there. And that's, like I said, that to me is poor. Look at this. Just allows the ball to come down. He lifts his leg up. If he'd have led with his foot there, that would have been a penalty. Watch. He pulls out of the challenge right at the end. Gomez was, like I say, he's still looking for the penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah. But luckily, he pulled his foot away just at the time. And Welbeck's coming on now for them.
Danny Welbeck is coming on.
Let's see what happens.
The ex-Macam Slayer.
Yeah. He seems to be the bane. Is Stupian and Rutter coming off?
I would not. I mean, Danny Welbeck better be. I mean, although he's not the best center forward in the league, he's not none of that. But
he knows where the goal is.
He can find a goal. And trust me, do not let him.
Is that Wifer? Weefer or something like that?
Yeah, I think. Let's see.
I think it's Mats Weefer that's just come on for them. Number 27.
Well, look, if you take your eyes away from the ball, you're going to see in that play right there, Alexander Isak is so frustrated with his teammates. Because the service has been absolutely poor.
Nobody
moves.
It's been awful. There's been so little movement up front for him to actually find that. So static. And like I say, Brighton aren't a great team. They just pick it. Look, Bruno, you're lucky again there, son. They're just picking off and feeding off the bits that we're allowing them to have. It's not pretty football whatsoever. And this is where you need battlers. These are the ones that you need to start saying, come on, I'm going to pull my bloody sleeves up here and I'm going to really get it to you. But I don't know what's happened to Anthony Gordon this second half. This game, to be fair, he's not been involved in much positive stuff. I'm just hoping now that, I'm not saying that it won't happen. I just hope that we've got Tonali now playing in the back three, so there should be players up the top.
Hey, there's
a bit of a pull there.
There's a bit of a pull there, man. You got to take a look at it. Maybe VAR.
Yeah. On Anthony Gordon. Come on, Willock, for God's sake, get hold of the ball. He has looked like a bloody headless chicken since he's come on. This is another player that, you just don't know who you're going to get from start to finish.
What was the point of
just
that,
kicks
man?
the fucking ball out. Look. Maybe he's thinking about VAR.
Well, VAR is taking a look at it. Let's take a look at it right here.
He's got his arm.
Hey, yeah, but that's outside. That's
probably just outside the penalty area.
That's going to be outside. And I don't know if they can go back and do that like a free kick.
No, they won't give the foul unless it's in
penalty area.
Yeah. But he was certainly holding on to his arm.
Yeah, they just got to figure out whether that was, play on.
Because it was outside the box, you see. That's another one you've missed, Mr. Taylor, by the way. Fucking hell. There you go, Dan Burn. Let's just follow the player. Not even look at the ball.
Yeah. I mean, it's just... There we go.
Pieces,
Come on, Alexander.
Come on.
Save us. He's offside. Yes, he is.
Again, stationary, unfortunately. Isaac now. He's probably another one who's...
and now we're getting into a little brouhaha. And a red card.
Red card for Anthony Gordon.
For Anthony Gordon?
I'll guarantee you.
Well, it is a red card for Gordon now. Oh, and now we put ourselves in a bad situation.
Yeah.
But let's take a look at what happened. I don't know what happened.
Anthony Gordon, like I said, he hasn't had a good game at all this game.
Let's take a look real quick. I mean, nothing there. Okay, he was offside. That's not the play, though. But here we go. Against Manheka. Oh, what an idiot! What an idiot! He just literally punched the back of his head. What an absolute idiot is Gordon.
He's absolute pillock. But this is what I said.
Oh, you're an absolute moron, man.
This is what I said. This is what I said about mentality with Anthony Gordon. When it's not going your way, that's exactly what I meant.
What an absolute moron. Leaving the team with a man down and
playing battered as well. Not playing well.
And now, fucking hell, man. How can you act like that, man?
Willock will come out now. Well, like I say, Willock was doing fuck all up top anyway, so he'll go to left side. But Anthony Gordon there is just shown. Well, he's just shown.
Does he miss the final? Does he miss the final for the Carabao Cup?
Yeah.
No.
Oh well, no.
No. Wait a minute. I saw that on the chat. And I was like, no way. I mean,
he's got a chance. No, he has. He will do. He will do because that's violent conduct.
It's violent conduct, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be 3 games.
Oh, like seriously, man. I hope that's not true. But I mean, I feel like that is a sackable offense.
Yeah.
If you ask me,
the final now.
If this idiot, look at Callum Moses' eye now. Fucking hell.
Yeah. It's a shiner.
I swear to God, man. And now Murphy. Now Isak is coming off. We're gonna go extra time in penalties, and we're probably gonna bottle this shit again, man.
Well, to be fair, it's like damage limitation now, isn't it? That's what he'll be looking at. To be fair, Isak has been stationary for a while in the second half. There's no movement up top, but I mean he was our outlet, if you like. And like I say, I'm hoping with Callum, at least he'll give you a bit more movement now. Because, like I say, there's too many players in Newcastle, and I hate to say this, there's too many players for me when the going gets tough, just cannot roll the sleeves up and get on with the job. They're too emotional. They seem too psychologically involved, and we just lose our shit. And again, you've just seen 4-3-2 now.
And yeah, I don't know what's happening here. Well, back 5 maybe. Oh no, actually no, we can't do back 5. Sorry,
no.
I forgot. Numpty got sent off. And so yeah, I mean now at this point we're looking for penalties. That's how. Well, I mean, Mighty Mag worth appealing. I don't know. I think they punish you if you appeal, and if it's a bad.
He's now pointed appealing that because he swung his arm. He didn't connect really hard to the plate. It wasn't like a full smack on the chin, but it was enough to warrant a decision.
Yeah. I mean, what an absolute moron! Seriously, man. You got to call it for what it is. If you know what the stakes are, how high the stakes are, and this is what you're gonna do. How are you supposed? Forget the final. Forget the next games. Right now, you get eliminated if we don't win, and you leave the team like that, man. Absolute idiot, man.
Space.
No, that's all we need right here. Oh my gosh, that's all we need. Brighton.
There is.
And make someone.
Shot practice now, mate. I mean, seriously, I'm not lying now. I've seen better Sunday football than I have at the minute. It is so poor.
Yeah, it's just dross at the moment. I don't know how we go from having a decent. That wasn't great in the first half.
No, it wasn't great for the first half, but it wasn't bad. But the second half, like I say, nobody's wanting to come out and have a go and fight for the cause at all.
I'm going to tell you this. You more than quality players, don't take that literally, but you need smart players. And if your players are not smart, you're not going to win anything. If your players are not smart, you're not going to win at all a game. And now you are in a chance of not having the best players for the final because of a stupid, moronic action. And now look at this, man. Look at this. We're letting Brighton just pass the ball.
Yeah, mate, this is just, like I said, it's just shooting practice at the minute. We're just allowing them to have the ball in front of us, which is expecting now with a 10 men, and it's a case of gone 5 at the back, Murphy gone to right back, and it's just like I say, they've got 5 players now just all in around the box having a shot at goal. And like I said, I can't see a way out. Like, if there's no bottle and no want to win with the 11 players, What do we expect with 10?
Yeah, I mean, we're in a bad situation, ladies and gents. In a bad predicament right now. Quite honestly, I don't even know how to. I don't know. I mean, that has limited us now to. I don't even know what we're gonna do. Like just go for penalties. I guess that's gonna be.
That is like I said, it's a case of defending the cause, I suppose, as much as you can, and try and sneak through on penalties. Because, and if I'm absolutely honest with you, I don't think we deserve it, and I'm going to say that completely openly. We haven't done, for a cup game. For me, this is one of them games where people say history and everything else. Forget history. These guys just haven't gone out there and performed for the cause at all. And like you say, you look at it, you roll your sleeves up, and people are saying, well, have they got one eye cut on the cup final? Well, there's one lad certainly not got one eye on the cup final if that was his actions. And the rest of them, like I said, they've been out there, they've walked at times, there's been no urgency to get the ball to feet. And when they've tried to pass the ball to feet, it's been a sloppy ball. They've rolled it into dangerous areas. And like I say, for me, sometimes you have to create to make you look. We've seen that in the past, against Forest. There's lots of what we call as lucky goals, but you're putting the effort in, you're making the mark. I've seen nothing today. It wasn't a bad first half, but it wasn't a great first half. But the second half has been so poor. We look completely out of all sorts at the minute. The shape isn't there, hasn't been there since the start of the second half, and everything that we've tried to produce.
And now we're having a yellow card for. Oh, and a second yellow card.
Yeah.
For
Belieber.
No, that's
is that Lamptey?
Yeah, Lamptey.
Stupid foul again, to be fair. Have they put all their subs on there? I think they have,
I think they have. They started with 3, I think, in the let's take a look at the foul again. I mean, yeah, but that is you can say out there stupid foul, but that he's going for the play.
Get the ball. Yeah,
he's going for the ball. What Gordon did is nowhere near acceptable. So.
Well, Gordon's was a straight red. I mean, his is a second yellow,
exactly.
But like I say, at least it balances the numbers up a bit now. So maybe we have got a bit more of a chance and an opportunity. Oh, Jesus, this game, honestly. So I wonder who's going to go right back now, because like I say, they've made all the substitutions, so they're going to have to shuffle the pack a little bit.
Well, we got 4 minutes for somebody to score.
Come on.
And there it is!
Fucking shot! Oh my God. You know what? That is probably the best ball into the box I've seen this game. What a great ball into the box that was.
Oh my God!
I'm having a quick look and make sure he's not offside, because he's standing in an offside position.
Well, but we had to take a look at it.
Yeah, he's not. Let's have a quick look again. He is on the offside position. He gets pushed back, then comes back in. Then he runs from deep.
Offside. He's offside. He's offside.
Yeah.
Ah, fucking me, man.
He finished well, to be fair. But like I say, he was pushed into an offside position, and then he comes back. But again, with this sort of, it was a great finish, to be fair. In-step volley.
No, he's up. Well, Sam sitting in the super chat says, "I'm sorry I talked bad about you, Shar. Well, you better take back your apology, because he was offside."
No, he's not. I don't think he was. No, I think it's the lad on the back stick. The top end, I think he plays him onside. That's what I said. He gets pushed offside, then he comes back in, and the lad who's playing, is it number 4? He's the one who's right on the end, who seems to be playing him onside. It might not be number 4. I think it's Hinchelwood or something like that. Or no, it's not. It's that Weiser that's just come on. Weifer. It looks like he's played him on side there.
Well, I'll tell you what. If he gets
So
I think he was offside. But well, we're gonna see. I think if he gets confirmed as a goal, the crowd will erupt. The
automated should show you virtually straight away. Offside.
That's it. Oh, VAR? Oh, VAR is looking at it.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the lad on that Wi-Fi who was playing right on the end, the end of the line, the farthest point. He was the furthest back. Now it's whether Fabian Shaw. Obviously, you're only looking at his torso.
Well, there it is.
So it's offside.
I think it's offside.
It's close because, like I say, it's just his torso that's offside because he runs just too soon. But a great ball into the box.
Well, the Brighton fans, I can hear them.
There you go.
That.
Look, told you.
Well,
just his shoulder. Look. There you go. Just the top end. That's how close it was.
Yeah. Fucking hell, man. And now we lost a minute, so he needs to add some more time onto it.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be extra time, isn't it?
Don't piss about that. Yeah. It should be extra time anyway. But I mean, again, I do like to look at this line now that they've been drawn by this automated offside. I think it makes it so much easier to work out rather than trying to draw lines on the bloody pitch. Because, like I say, just that is sometimes even with lines. Oh fucking hell, Fabian!
Now be careful. Fabian Scher giving the ball away now, saving there. Tonali, come on, nutmeg, nicely done, Tonali.
Tonali gets took out there. Bruno tries to play that ball over the top for Willock to run onto.
Tonali's feeling the pain out of that one.
Yeah.
Nice nutmeg. Oh, shin to shin there. Yeah. From Gomez to Tonali. Ooh, right. That was hurt.
Yeah, kneecap on the shin. Oof. So.
I wonder how long the referee is going to give on this match. Two goals disallowed today by VAR from offside.
Oh my God. A roller coaster of emotions is the word, isn't it? Yeah. When you're watching Newcastle. Come on, Murphy, do something.
Well,
it's nice to know that we've got into their half, and now they've got down to 10 men.
Well, maybe we can turn things around, but maybe that could have been a added bonus to just go out there that disallowed goal.
Well, it's another half. Oh, that's a great ball. It's just 2 overhits from Murphy. Look at. I thought that was going to be the one where Bruno just getting in behind. Just puts too much meat on the bone, man.
Tony says, "Would you punish Gordon even when he's available to play again?" I tell you what, he needs to give a right bollocken because that cannot continue. That is poor. Not that only thinking about yourself type football, and he's had issues like that already. I've pointed it out before plenty of times. And so thank you, Random Access, for the kind £5 super chat, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
There's been lots to talk about, not a lot positive. I think that's the problem.
Well, now Harvey Barnes is going to better start eating his vitamins.
Yeah. Or Willock is obviously going to take the position.
Another.
How's it going?
Another super sticker. Thank you, Random. Appreciate that, mate.
How's it going? Not very well, mate, if I'm honest with you. it's one of them games where you just want to, like they say, the Fabian Schär just lifted that for me, for that split second, lifted what was a real poor second half, you know.
I heard some boos. I don't know where the boos going to, but maybe to the referee for that.
No, I hope it's to the players, because I ain't being funny. They deserve it on that performance. That was shocking, mate. That was really poor.
Yeah.
Just not enough for me. And like I say, you know, the lads, the Newcastle fans literally travel the width and length of Britain to support these boys, and give them the moral. And they've shouted for nothing. Very rarely do you hear any criticism when you're in the stands. Very rare. The odd one or two say, you know, things, but it's very rare. But on that second half performance, I think it's absolutely 100% deserved. The fact that they've got us now, they've got out of jail, and you can actually say that it's a get out of jail card. But the effort that hasn't gone into the performance, for me, they don't deserve a clap or a round of applause or a cheer. They deserve a boo and a kick up the bloody ass, because, you know, they aren't. It's not hard to play football. It's more the fact that the lads, all they want to see is the effort. And there's too many prima donnas on this field at the minute. That, like I say, when one player isn't playing well, it's a case of, well, if he's not playing well, I don't have to play well. You've got to put the effort in, boys.
Like I said, I think what's already playing badly, what's cost us was the red card, and you'll never win. We will never win ever if we don't have smart players over talented players. Smart players know what to do in each particular situation, and although even when frustrated, they know how to keep their cool. And if you're not performing well, that ain't on nobody else but you. That's your fault. So this is I think this is the red card. Maybe, yeah, it was. Anthony Gordon goes for it. Van Hecke, look at that, man. Van Hecke didn't do anything.
Just a
really.
swing at the back of the head, isn't it?
It's not like Van Hecke gave him an elbow. It's not like he was provoked.
He's just got in his way. He did exactly what a defender should do. Make it awkward for you.
And
you know, he's pulling on the shirt, and it's just two hands slapped to the side of the head.
That's just all frustration because he's not playing well, and now he's going to miss. He's going to miss the final. Everything at stake here for Newcastle now. Everything.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Missing the final, missing this game. I mean, it's just a poor moronic move. And, of course, thankfully, there was a red card for Brighton as well. And that's what got us in the game at the end. And, man, this would have been great right here. Fabian Schär. But he was offside, though.
Yeah.
So
just done his run just literally millisecond too soon. Like I say, he come back on side, and I thought, you know, if they were clever enough, you know, you could have just pushed the player a little bit further back. But again, you know, that says a lot to me. 44% possession, 56, 7 shots, 3 on target for Newcastle, 16 shots, 3 on target for Brighton. So again, all the effort has gone from a yellow shirt, if I'm honest with you. It's not come from a black and white shirt. And we're at home. You know, this is supposedly Fortress SJP. And like I said, there's far too many prima donnas out there for it to be a fortress anymore.
And by the way, this is a good point by Rugby there. You know, I think he said, Willock has been really bad. Willock has been absent once again. Now we're about to start the
extra time.
The extra time.
And this is 30 minutes the lads didn't want. You know what I mean? This is what you've got to think of as well. The extra pressure this puts on individuals regarding minutes. Because you can't swap everybody. And like I say, these guys have been playing for the entire season. So these are minutes that you didn't really want. It'll probably do the likes of, you know, Willock, Target and Wilson the power of good, because they haven't had many minutes in the legs. But for the rest of them, not at all.
Well, what are you waiting on, man? Come on. Anthony Taylor is waiting for somebody. I don't know. Or something.
I don't know what he's waiting for. New batteries for his watch. What's going on here? He's having a chat.
Oh, the official timekeeper. I don't know. I don't know what that means. So there we go. Now we're underway, ladies and gents, on the first half of extra time. Newcastle United 1, Brighton 1, 10 men down, both teams. And we shall see who is the one to advance. Boy, oh boy, I hope it's us.
Yeah, well, like I say, they've got to go in this 30 minutes like they ended the last 90, to be fair. Like I say, it was pure 85 minutes, say 85 minutes of dominance from a yellow shirt. It wasn't total dominance, but they certainly pulled the socks up in the second half, Brighton, and put us to the sword and to the task. But, with the second half now, it's been a reprieve. So it's what these lads can do because, like I say, they have been, like I say, it's been like a get out of jail card.
Van Hecker getting booed. Let me tell you something. You need to boo Gordon the next time you see him, not Van Hecker.
Referee, I'm going to say, come on. You've got to give a yellow card. Thank you. Gomez has been an absolute spoiler.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, he's got away with a couple, to be fair. But again, you look at the way Gomez is fighting for that ball. It's just that little bit of grit and a little bit of determination to get back. And, sometimes, and I hate to say it, but I do think Bruno gives in too easy at times when there's a tussle like that. It's about attitude. And like I say, I just think there's too many people that want it easy when everybody's playing well. And when there's a few players that aren't playing well, there's very few willing to take that on roll. That's a nice little ball up towards Wilson there from target. Come on, give it to him. Well done, Bruno. Have a go.
Let's go.
Oh, bloody hell, Dan Burn headed the ball. That's a good ball. I thought that was going to come straight onto Wilson's head there. I really did think that was just going to drop beautifully on his head. Because trust me, if that ball was Willock, that come to Willock had come to Wilson's head, he wouldn't have missed it. How he missed that as well in front of goal.
That's another one, by the way. Yeah, I forgot about that. We had a clear opportunity of scoring there.
Oh, it was crazy. It was harder not to do it, if I'm honest with you. Play it early. Play it early. Don't piss about. Great ball as well. We'll look down the left-hand side now. Tries to get a ball in to Tonali. Oh! I thought the midfield too just supported each other well there. Bruno chested it down in the path of Tonali, but it was just too much meat on the bone again, and the ball goes through to Van Heck. So close, but yet so far. Nice build-up play though. Nice ball over the top for target onto Willock, to be fair. Really good ball down the line. Really stretching that line now, that back four. That's the way. Don't make it easy for them to come out.
A foul there.
Fabian Schär again.
I don't know what Schär's doing out there, to be honest.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I said. When these players are told to do a job, and they take it to the letter of the law.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's Pedro. He's obviously Fabian Schär's player, but like I say, he's on the fucking left wing or right wing, whichever way you're looking. He's going nowhere. It's like I said. Brighton haven't been brilliant at all, and I don't want it to make it as though we've been outplayed here by a team that's been excellent. Brighton have been mediocre at best, but they fed off our mistakes. And like I said, it's been very little. There's been very few clear and obvious chances for Brighton, and that's what I said. It's really strange to have two teams as poor as I've witnessed in this second half. But we've made Brighton look well, look good.
Yeah, we certainly went down on our form in the second half. Picked up a little bit at the end, but now we're giving them the ball back.
When you say you picked up at the end, but 5 minutes out of 45, well, nearly 50 minutes, isn't good enough, is it? Anywhere near good enough. Not at this level.
To be fair, now we've taken out all our taken out Isak, we've taken out Joe Linton. To be fair, now we're playing with some players that are not in our best 11.
No, and that's what I said. You've got to if these guys are thinking about penalties now it's 10 versus 10. The next 30 minutes counts for me, not the penalties, not looking for penalties, because like I say, I don't think there's. I'm not saying there's not the quality in the side for penalties, but it's a lottery. Then, you could lose even if you've played excellent the entire game. Like I said before, I don't think Newcastle deserve to go through. If they go through on penalties, then they've got through with the skin of the teeth. If they go on and score in extra time, then you can actually say exactly the same. They've gone through on the skin of the teeth. But at least it's through open play rather than the look of penalties. Well done, Dan Burn. Well done, Matt Target. Get it at your feet, Bruno, and just pass it now. You've got your space.
Another bad game for Bruno, by the way.
Murphy's been the one for me. Murphy's just been absolutely awful. Murphy and Willock have given us very little to cheer on since they've come on, and that's the problem for me. That is very few that come off the bench and get you on the edge of your seat. Target high up the field. Dan Burn's gone on a run forward again. It's very much, it's like a mirror effect. We allow Brighton to have the ball in front of us, we all defend, and now we're attacking and Brighton are defending. Don't foul there, Tonali. There is no need, son. He's got cramp in his calf, struggling now. And like I say, they're down to no more subs, so he's going to have to carry on through the pain barrier. Joe Pedro. And them calves lock up. It's bloody hard to get them back to normal. So hopefully that'll slow him down a bit.
Oh boy! Don't forget, it's already after full time, but after whoever advances will be live with the instant match reaction. Come on, have your say, have your opinion, and hopefully we advance. And Tino fell down there, and now Welbeck.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, what a block there by Dubravka.
Right,
oh, my goodness gracious. Now we got stepped again by Dan Burn. Be careful, Hinshelwood.
Oof. I thought the deflection had beat Dubravka again then.
My goodness, Brighton.
Jesus. What Tino they're doing? I don't know what he was doing.
I don't
Fell
know.
over, then stopped. It was a great save, that was, the first one. Driven across the box, and it was cleared by Dan Burn.
Oh.
Then it's off Tino's knee, just past the post for a corner.
Was that a handball, though?
No, I think it was off his knee. It's headed clear. Brighton still have the ball. Pumps it back into the box. Headed clear by Dan Burn again. Spectacular volley. Gone over the bar. Crikey. I'll tell you something now. I think if somebody tells me that that's not a good save from Dubravka.
Oh, are you kidding me? He was like
low down to the
here.
right-hand side.
Poof.
That was stunning save. just kept Newcastle in this game anyway.
Oh, man.
Diving full to his right-hand side.
Ooh. Yeah,
it comes to the bodies of players as well, doesn't it? Tonali deep in the Newcastle half, just slowing the game down. Playing more as a centre-back at the minute. Oof. And Burn delayed that pass back to Dubs. He thought he was going to get robbed there. Back to Burn, back to Dubs. Getting pushed further and further back. And a dodgy ball out by Dubs, and he's given the ball away centrally. And I thought Tino had recovered, but you know, since Tino's gone to right back, he's looked all over the shop.
Yeah.
Hasn't he?
He has. On the left side, he was really good.
He looked solid, mate. Yeah, that's what I said. Probably my man of the match. But when he's been right back, he has looked all over the shop. Yes, so here we go now. It's time for Brighton to have a go. A bit of a slugfest. 11 minutes into the first half of extra time. And again, Brighton, they're just trying some silly passing from both sides, to be fair. Putting each other under an amount of pressure. Not really not really advancing the ball at all with any speed. It's just gone walking pace now. Very edgy type game. And I think it's going to be the next goal, the winner, if I'm honest. If there is another goal. Oh, Jesus! Come on, referee. That's a yellow card. He hasn't.
That's a yellow card,
man. He's made no attempt for the ball. He's taken the player.
That's a yellow card, man.
Come on.
What?
Look at that. How is that not a yellow card?
That's not even tackling. That's a
bloody
body
rugby
tackle.
Yeah, it's a rugby tackle.
No.
He's just fallen into him, for God's sake. That is shocking.
That's poor by Taylor.
He's totally out of control. So how is it not? It's a yellow card. You're not in control of your body when you go forward with your head like that. Yeah, I mean he's competing for the header, but I mean, like I say, that Van Hecker. I mean, if he's competing that low with his head, then he hasn't got many marbles anyway.
Well, anyway, because that's a dangerous one. He could have gotten hurt really badly there, but
come on.
We just didn't do
quality there from Willock, and we were in. He recovered well, but then he's given the chance. Oh, Jesus Christ! That is honest to God. I've got to give him praise because of what he did. But I mean, the amount of times he put us in trouble there in one play, Willock, was unreal.
Come on, man. We'll try to score here. Come on. Yeah, he'll throw the ball in there or something. See, we got Callum Wilson, man. We don't have Isak. You need to throw the ball in there.
You got to feed the horse. Yeah, exactly. It's too easy. Like I said, you're pushing into the sweet spot again. Nobody's committing to the shots like Brighton are. Every time Brighton get in and around the box, all they're looking at is throwing the ball towards goal. And trying to pick up the second ball. We're still trying to play that really sweet ball.
You keep doing that. Keep doing that. You got to keep doing that. It's the only way we're going to score through him.
Yeah. Maybe we're waiting for the second half of extra time to score at the Gallagher. That's probably what it is. I mean, there was me thinking that all the lads like playing facing the Gallagher in the second half. Didn't look very evident in the first part of the game.
Yeah.
Now it's Brighton's turn to compete for the ball up top. Man, I must admit, Willock hasn't been involved. Welbeck, I keep saying Willock. Welbeck hasn't been involved.
Willock too.
Tonali's just left the ball there.
Oh, no.
It's Murphy, sorry.
Oh, please. Joao Pedro.
Oh, here we
Bro,
go.
why,
Jesus
Fabian
Christ,
Scher,
Bruno.
why can you not, like, half-ass
Yeah, it's
hoofing
just
it,
through
man?
the, yeah,
Like-
in the air. Get it clear.
Yeah. Why do you have to, like...
Trying to drive the ball out from there. That's a half-decent ball to Willock on the left-hand side. Target overlaps. Willock goes inside. And then he comes back on. Get it out of your feet and into the box.
Wow.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Target can cross it down the line, but he can't cross it into the box. I think that is it. Have we got one more substitute to come on? How many subs have we made?
Maybe if you don't use your... I don't know. There's some strange window rule.
Well done, Dan Burn. Oh, he's used his 3 windows, hasn't he? I think the thoughts now are going to be turning to obviously penalty takers.
Yeah, we got one more half of extra time.
Yeah. Mate, it doesn't look like there's any more goals in it. That's what I'm saying. I'm really trying to stay positive, but it's difficult.
Well,
I mean, Bruno's just gone. Yeah, Bruno's just sat himself on the floor in their penalty box, thinking that there's going to be something given, and again he just gave the ball away. So let's see them attack the Gallagher, and hopefully they'll pick up on the second half. Trying to keep a track on anything that's been said in the chat.
Well, the fans are deflated as well, you know. I mean, can't find any way can't find any of our players in their boxes. 2 nuts. We are done. Players are gone, says Tiger. These lot are going to ruin the sunshine for me, Harper Cosi. Yeah, it's weird, man. How do we get deflated in the second half every match? It's weird. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's a coincidence that we went from 4-3-3 to 4-4-2, just like that, and it seemed like it didn't work. Now that's whether the players didn't execute it, or I don't know if we practiced enough. I don't know, man. But at this point, we gotta advance for sure. We already are gonna have to deal with Gordon missing the final and all of that BS, missing the West Ham game, who is an important game for the Premier League. West Ham are not a team that's doing great this season, so we should be able to go out there and try to beat them. We're not gonna have him, but you know, so we'll talk about that when it comes. But I mean, at this point, we gotta advance in this FA Cup as well. Not a lot of teams are up, you know, our big ones at least are in it. Man City, Man United, and they're draws. Man United, so Aston Villa could be another one, and then there's us. And don't even use that as motivation either for a possible trophy run. You know, I don't know. A lot of players are absent.
Now, I was just having a quick relook at what the potential handball of Tino Livramento when they had a shot at goal. And it definitely come off his hand, but was his body or his hand in an unnatural position? It wasn't away from his body. So maybe they did have a quick look at it and decided it was to carry on. But it did definitely come off his hand and not his knee. Interesting one. So starting the second half of extra time. See if there's a change in attitude. See if there's a change in effort. Ball over the top again. I mean, that's just, again, you know, this is that 5% rule pass that Fabian Schär has just tried there to feed Wilson, but he's never going to get on. He hasn't got the legs, for one, to get onto balls like that. And there's just no space behind for that ball to roll onto. Even if he had the pace, that wouldn't get into Van Hecke. So, again, I don't know why Fabian Schär plays those balls as often as he does, because It just doesn't come off. That's the better ball.
There we go.
Now, come on, Murphy, do something. Bruno into Tonali. Tonali just tries to jink it into the box, but it's blocked for a corner. Corner. Throw into Newcastle. Tonali. Look, how many players are near him? Just look at this now. It's the throw-in. Nobody wants the ball. And now all of a sudden Murphy said, you know what, I'll throw it. So let's just see if there's any movement towards the ball, lads. Come on. Somebody. There you go. Tino back to Murphy. Murphy gets it out of his feet. Drives it across towards Target, the back stick. Target jumps underneath it, which doesn't surprise me. The ball goes over his head and he's managed to retain the ball. Tried a Cruyff turn there. My God. Wilson.
Come on, Tonali.
Tonali is blocked again. Out for another throw-in. Very similar situation to where we were before. I mean, like I said, judgment of the flight of the ball. It's not windy. You know what I mean? There's a ball from Murphy to the back stick where Target was free. He competes for the ball. He'd got the beating of the player at the back stick. Yeah, that's a good ball in.
Willock, there we go.
Willock there with a little bit of a trick shot to the near post, which is saved by Van Hecker. Nice little ball through from Murphy, to be fair. Right, he was on target from Willock. But again, it doesn't come with the pace as Isak, does it? You know what I mean? When Isak beat Van Hecker, the ball was just fizzing, totally different. So big Dan Burney, see if he can get one. Target throws it in, an in-swinger.
Tonali.
Comes towards the edge of the box. Tonali! But it gets blocked.
I wish those would go through and see what happens, man.
Oh, I know. Oh, crikey.
Look at that.
Target managed to throw a foot at it and it dribbles along the floor to Van Hecker. It was on target, so it'll go down as a shot on goal, which is okay. I'm happy about that. So now it's Brighton's turn to advance forward. Just keep possession. Up to the halfway line. Again, it's walking pace now, which is, like I said, which is anticipated in extra time. Nobody wants to gamble. Everybody's knackered.
Yeah, everybody is. And I feel like everybody's just waiting for the penalty shootouts.
Yeah. We always go back to this 5 in the back four. 5 at the back now. 5-3-1, and it just allows Brighton to have so much ball in front of us, and that's what I said. It's I understand not conceding a goal, but it's just far too much space for our midfield 3 and Wilson up top to try and compete with the yellow shirts, because they're not going to give the ball away there unless we compete for it. But they're not also potentially going to score unless we allow them to. So I understand the chance. It's that risk versus reward, isn't it? He's still got past target. Look.
Tiger just got skinned.
Yeah.
That's going to be a foul. Fucking man.
Yeah.
Man.
Fucking Fabian Shaw again.
Why does the need to do that, bro?
Just allow them to have a punt into the box. That's what I said. What is it about? What is it? Where's he going to? Gee, honest to God.
So poor, man. So lack of awareness. And now they got what would have been a throw-in. Now it's going to be a ball into the box. Man, that Tonali, I wish that would have gotten through.
Just having a look at the shot that was blocked. He kept it down, didn't he? Didn't he? Would have been on target. Now let's see what these can produce from a set piece in a similar situation than when Newcastle scored with Fabian Shaw. 3 players are in an offside position at the minute. Played short. Brighton advanced towards the box. Gomez drifts one out to the back stick, competed for, and again, we could say just won by Dan Burn. Willock, go on now. Referee's giving it you. Willock down the left-hand side. Comes back, but he runs it.
There we go. Come on.
There we go. Come
Get
on,
it in
Willock.
there.
Come on, Willock.
Tonali.
Out to Murphy. Murphy
Back
inside
to
to
Tonali.
Bruno. Back to Tonali. Murphy. They're all having a go, and nobody wants to fucking shoot. Tonali. Come on. Back to Bruno on the edge of the box.
Yes.
Tonali makes a run into the box.
Oh, this is a joke, man.
Look at that.
How does
Did that just
happen?
smack Wilson in the face?
Yeah. This is comedy, man. I'm telling you.
Oh my God. There's some great position play as well. But he's fired that back into the penalty spot. Oh, Jesus. Come on. They're not competing for it.
Oh, again! It hits Wilson in the face. What is this, man? Yeah, well, they're too knackered.
Clears
to be
the ball now. Yeah, it's just like I say. The ball's just been cleared down.
Don't fuck it up
sweeps.
now.
Oh, where are you going with that? Doesn't know whether to stay or go. Tino now, look.
Oh, man.
Brighton now with an overload on the right-hand side.
Oh,
Tries to play a lovely ball through, and he skies it. It's a goal. Welbeck. Now, was he offside? I said there was an overload on the right-hand side, but it looked like he was offside. But, I mean, it doesn't look like they're having another look at this.
They need to look at it, man, because
he looked completely clear and open, unless Tino was playing him onside on the other side. I don't know. But again, the overload comes from the other side. I'm just going to have a quick look on my other TV. Ball comes out. There's an extra player through the middle. Yeah, it's Tino. Tino's playing him onside. There's a ball played in between.
no, he's onside.
He's onside, mate. Tino's played him onside. Yeah,
wow,
Tino's just stood still.
Wow.
It's just a simple ball through the channels between Target and Burn. And Welbeck does what Welbeck does. One chance, a goal.
Livramento plays him onside.
Yeah.
Absolutely not good.
We are knackered.
Fucking hell.
Tino's just stood there looking at João Pedro, not looking along the line. He's more concerned with what João Pedro's going to do on the back stick. And Welbeck just runs in between the two of them. And it's a simple ball that's played between Target and Burn into the space. And all he's got to do is lift it up over the top of Dubravka. Nothing I can... I mean, he's done really well because his first touch from Welbeck was awful. The ball's to the side of him and he's really had to stretch and dig that out. What he's done is just get his toes underneath it and lofted the ball into the roof of the net over the top of Dubravka. I thought he'd lifted it over the bar, to be fair, from the angle that I first saw it at. So there you go. Attempts 21-12. 5 on target for Brighton, 4 for Newcastle. Really poor at home again.
Well, come on, let's do something here.
Come on, Willock.
Okay.
He's trying to do too much. Come on, that's got out, surely. No. And all Brighton are going to do now is like defend for their lives. We've got 4 minutes left of injury time for Newcastle to try and get a goal back. There's an overload on the left-hand side if you go early. There you go, Target to Willock. But obviously this isn't going to hurt Brighton at all where we play. Again, just trying to play that nice ball. Target with a throw-in. He's calling the players towards him, but everybody now static in the box. Dan Burn now having a little bit of a meander down that left-hand side. Corner to Newcastle. Headed out by Webster.
Yeah. Just deflated, man, after that. I mean,
Yeah, it's just a really poor goal to give away, isn't it? And that's what I said.
I tell you what, I mean, it's unacceptable, man. Playing like this can't be. This is an elimination game, man.
Shot!
Oh,
Ooh, Dan
damn.
Burn with a shot across the box. Just going on to what James Perch has just said. He said Dubravka coming out, playing centre-back, gave the ball away. Well, he gave the ball away down the line, but there wasn't enough competition for that ball down the line. And like I say, Murphy and everybody else, you give the ball back. They've still got to go down there, and it's about defending. It's about defending your half. And there was far too much space for the likes of Welbeck to walk into. I know it doesn't matter who to give that ball away down the line. You can't blame the goalkeeper for that. That's just ridiculous. It wasn't a direct giveaway. There was still enough there to compete for. I mean, look at this. Murphy again has just lost out to Welbeck. But he's got the foul. Lucky.
Danny Welbeck once again.
Yeah, that's what I said. He may be getting on in numbers in years now, but he still knows where the net is if you give him the opportunity. And like I said, with everything that they're fighting for now is Willock's got a back injury. Oh, Jesus. Like I said, it's really weird, you know. How can a player like Tino, who's played so well on the left-hand side, be totally out of position on the right-hand side? You know what I mean? A couple of times now I've seen him, and he doesn't know whether to go forward, now he's playing as an extra attacker. I don't know. It just beyond the knowledge of me sometimes with these players.
We got a few minutes. Well, 1 minute. I don't know if they're going to give extra time, added time to the extra time, but
come on. Tonali at the back plays it inside, but it's a poor ball again, and now it's a foul. Fabian Schär again. Yeah, he's just tried to swipe through that, and he's took the player out.
Well, the quietness.
Yeah, you can see everybody's heads now, and that's time, isn't it? So it's what the referee allows. And a lot of the black and white are leaving. Seen enough.
Yeah.
We have been so bad this second half.
We need some serious answers. We can't take lightly getting eliminated like this out of the cup. And that has to do with Eddie, with the players, lack of discipline.
I don't blame Eddie at all. I just blame the players. They've just not been at the races at all. Shot towards the back stick. That was unlucky, just by Willock. But I think that is the last chance saloon for Eddie and the boys. And I'll say it again. You know, sometimes you can go out there and you can lose. Danny Welbeck gets the player of the match, according to ITV. How bad has it been when Danny Welbeck gets the player of the match? He's been on probably the least out of everybody. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
No, yeah.
I mean, I have that
30
feeling
seconds.
like, we win together, we lose together, and all that, but malarkey. But for me, there's got to be you've got to question some of the attitude on some of
Yeah.
these players.
Checks and balances, man. You got to
Yeah,
do
yeah, yeah.
checks and balances in it. I mean, yeah. Bruno again, absent, gone, missing. The only one that cares, it almost feels like the only one that cares, only a few. Tonali, you can say Burn at times, but he was also rubbish in defense,
Yeah,
giving the ball away. Who else? I mean, who else really is out there showing some interest? Well, that is it.
that's it.
That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Newcastle United eliminated from the FA Cup in this manner. Well,
It's been shocking. It's been an absolutely shocking performance, if I'm honest with you. You got away with it in the first half. I thought it wasn't a great game. It was bitty. But the second half, like I said, it's how you come out and having to concede a goal so late in the first half. It does demoralise you a little bit. But that's when you have the players with the attitude and the intent to come and prove their worth. And to me, there was far too many players out there, and I say far too many. Nearly the whole squad came out with an attitude about, we can do this. It's pretty. It was just ugly. Everything was bitty. None of the balls seemed to be fizzed around with any purpose. It was a case of people leaving the opportunities, like half balls into spaces. And again, you get out of any game what you put in. And I don't think Newcastle deserved anything today. And I said that at the start. Sometimes as a fan, you have to admit you were beaten by a better side because we just didn't perform. And they weren't a great side.
No, they weren't. And I think, but they did enough. They did enough.
Yeah. They wanted it more than we did.
And that's all you need to do is do enough. And unfortunately, Newcastle today, very, very much, just, I don't know. Well, we're going to get into that in the instant match reaction right now. So join us immediately. You should be redirected. If not, join us on just the homepage. Go to the channel, and we'll be live right now. Bringing the callers in to have their opinion, have their say. So join us right now. Newcastle United eliminated 2-1 at St. James's Park. That's another thing as well. There's not a fortress anymore.
Nope.
We lose all the time now this season. So,
we've lost to Brighton twice at home now. So
exactly,
like I said, an average team.
We're going to get to that right now. Join us. Thank you so much for everybody that super chatted, that donated. We'll see you right now. How are the lads?
How are the lads?